Oh yeah. Oh shit, 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 fuck, shit, bitch, fuck. Yeah. Fuck that bitch, shit, shit, fuck yeah, shit, shit, bitch. Oh shit. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh. What? This is the remix. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Hold up. Yo. Get that shit. Fuck, Doug. Wait, get this fucking shit out there. Fuck. Yeah. Why does that guy work? Okay, yeah. Okay, welcome back. We're doing the Colin Show again. This is the Colin Show. I'm not drunk. I've had 1 1/2 beers. Come on, Jesus, leave me alone. I'm just excited. I've had an impact, zero impact energy. Feeling good. Got the Sunday afternoon feeling. It's around nap time, really. But fuck it. We're just saying fuck it to nap time today. We're going to blow right through nap time and take some calls. We're talking fathers today in honor of Father's Day. Ha! Just kidding, dads. You're not gay. You proved it. You proved it. You did it. You made a baby. You can't be gay if you got a baby. I mean, there are loopholes to that rule, obviously, but we all understand how it works. You got a baby. It means that you put a little something into a little someone of the opposite gender. And that's what it's all about. Today on Father's Day, it's about fathers. It's about dads. It's about the traditional sense. I mean, you could have a non-traditional father, but no daddy types. I don't want to hear about this psychosexual version of daddies. I don't want to hear about who your daddy is. Your sugar daddy. Actually, I would be kind of interested in a sugar daddy, but only if it's not. I don't know. I take it back. I'll listen to anything. I don't want to listen to a man talk about a daddy type. That's all. If you're a lady who's got a sugar daddy, that actually would be a fun call. So I'm sorry to have acted like it wouldn't be. But I guess I'll listen to a man talk about dad. I'll listen to anything. What the fuck am I talking about? Who gives a shit? It's Father's Day. It's about fucking off. It's about fucking. What is Father's Day about? It's about not giving a fuck. It's about being like, hey, I'm in charge now. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? I'm going to be the daddy. Not literally, but, you know what I'm talking about? Dad's in charge today. Father's on parole. Father's on the loose. Father's causing mayhem throughout the streets. Because it's not football season. How come they don't have father? Why isn't it Father's Day? That should be the Super Bowl. That's Father's Day, huh? This sounds like I'm doing some really good stand-up right now. Okay. Let's let's just forget I even try to do intros and let's just go right into the calls because I have nothing to say. Fathers, we're talking about fathers, dads, daddy types, sugar daddies. What's the opposite of a sugar daddy? Simpy. I don't know. Someone else is gonna have to answer that question. Okay, let me pull up the number. 518-288-7938. All right, we've got a call coming in now.
Call from
The Lads.
Hello, the lads.
Hello.
Hello.
We're talking about fathers, huh?
Yes, we are.
All right. So, how's your father, Tim? Or Mr. Hour, I should say, be formal.
What did you say? How is my father?
Yeah, how's your father?
How is he?
How's he doing?
He's good.
How's he doing?
He's good. He's a little.
Good?
He's a little fat.
Well, fat. Geez, you got to get him in the gym, man.
Well, I mean, hey, they've got loads of excuses. These fathers.
Fathers these days, man. Can never trust them.
Oh yeah, did you have a dishonest father?
No, he's a good dad.
Oh, okay.
But well, it's just funny because, he got me in the gym, right? And, I just broke up with a girl, and he was like, listen, you should start going to the gym, and I'll go with you. It's my dad talking, right?
Oh, nice.
And so I've been going for the last month, but he's only been there for the first 2 days.
Oh.
And now I'm all alone in the gym, working by myself. And it's like, did you want to go with me or not? You said he bought me and him a gym membership, right?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it just seems like a waste of his own money if he's not, because he's paying for 2 gym memberships, if he's not going to go.
He did it for you, bro. He did it all for you. He gave you the gift of life, and then he gave you a gym membership.
That's very true. That's very true. I mean,
maybe just
yeah.
his eyes are bigger than his stomach. So maybe it sounded like a good idea, and then you go to the gym and you realize, fuck this. I don't need a girlfriend.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what?
Yeah. Is it working? Are you getting mad fit? Are the ladies noticing?
The ladies have not been. It's funny. I went in to get over a girl, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean,
the
there
gym?
have been ladies who have, but I've been told that I got too muscular now.
Oh, no.
And I quote, no woman would want to fuck me because I'm too muscular.
You're scary now? You look too, like, you're intimidating or something?
I went too far.
Oh,
too far. And then I talked to to a female acquaintance,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, how am I too big? And she said, well, most girls nowadays like skinny guys.
Oh, no.
That if you look anorexic,
Oh.
then I'll have sex with you. And it's like,
oh, bro. What's your theory on that? Why do you think that is?
my theory?
Yeah.
My theory, personally, is Gen Z
Uh-huh.
has gotten so spoiled by hot men in media. Like, I'm assuming we're around the same age, but like, you remember when we were kids and like Zac Efron would be on TV or like whatever, like fucking High School Musical and that shit?
Yeah.
I feel like Gen Z women have gotten so spoiled and used to that body type that they don't consider that hot anymore.
Oh.
Because I also know people who are into the dad bod, which ties back into Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so what they consider a dad bod is people like not sure if you're familiar with Noel Diesel.
Who is it? No, I don't know that.
He's a bodybuilder, but he's like a bigger guy, right? Like not
Okay.
fat, but
Okay.
a bigger guy. And this guy went up to women on the street and asked them to describe his body type, and they said a dad bod. This guy is literally like huge. right? And they that's dad bod. But he doesn't have fat. He's like literally sub 5% body fat, and they called him a dad bod.
Because
So,
he's big. That's what dad bod
He's
means
he
to
is big.
ladies on the
To
street.
women. I suppose so.
I think
But
you're right.
That's theory.
Because a dad
that's my-
bod, an actual dad bod like my dad's bod, nobody wants that.
No, exactly. And neither would anyone want my dad's bod. So he's got a big hernia and stuff. So he looks
Oh no.
fat, but
Yeah.
like, realistically speaking, dad bods are not attractive.
And neither are
I-
the skinny bods. I mean, hey, like you're right. That's like the Timothée Chalamet bod.
Exactly. Like this girl was talking about my one friend, and he is like a twig. His face is. He used to be really chubby when I knew, like in grade 7 or 8 now, right?
That's
Now
when
I'm
he
a
was.
senior.
That's when he was hot. When he had the 7th grade dad bod.
He did. He did. He was probably a dad in 7th grade too, but that's the point. That was his thing. But yeah, no. Now he lost like loads of weight, and his face looks like he smoked crack for 30 years.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Like he's really skinny, and the girl I was talking to was like, "Oh, he's so hot. He's so fine. He's tall and skinny." I was just like,
Wow.
"Dude, what happened to women?"
Dude, what are we doing it for? Are we?
Exactly.
I mean, it raises a lot of questions here, because it's like we think muscular dudes are really good looking, right? I mean, I think muscular dudes. That's the best looking kind of dude out there. You know what I'm saying? Hot, oiled up. Like this guy's he's gonna rip me in half. That's exactly what I want to, in a man.
Exactly. I mean, are you really even a man if you can't rip another person in half?
But these ladies, they don't want it. Who's it for?
They don't. No, and here's the other thing. You want to know what's crazy? I showed her a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and she
Yeah.
didn't know who Schwarzenegger was.
Oh
And she
man.
was like, "Ew, he's so ugly." Like, that's way-
He's perfect. He's got a perfectly square head. That's exactly. He's got sharp edges.
Exactly. They want abs, but they don't want abs that you worked for. They want abs that you get from being malnourished.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, this is horrible news for all of us incredibly jacked men in the chat today. But thank you for sharing your perspective here.
Of course.
All right. Yeah. Well,
Related to the topic at hand. So, father.
yeah. I mean, we got there. We're talking dad bods. It all worked out.
We did talk about dad bod. We also talked about my dad and your dad.
Exactly. We did everything we needed to do. Covered all our bases. All right. Have a good one, dude. Thanks for calling.
Yeah. See you later. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Bye. Oh, wow. So true. So true. Nobody respects my big muscles anymore. It's like, why do I even spend 8 hours a day lifting and eating nothing but pork?
Call from
Thomas.
Thomas?
Hey man, how's it going?
Yo, Thomas, how's it going with you?
Oh man, terribly.
Is it Father's Day related or is it completely unrelated?
It's completely unrelated, but we can get into Father's Day material.
We'll work it in. Let's start with your
So-
horrible day.
Yeah, so basically my buddy was in town. He was supposed to be in town for the whole weekend, but he left early. So I started to feel sick on Friday when he showed up, and then Saturday I was like, I'm gonna fucking troop through this. We were filming a video. Like I was like, oh man, I'm gonna just work hard through this sickness, persist. And then we meet up with Eric at the end of the day, and we do like a 2-hour podcast. And then I wake up this morning, and I just can't even stand for more than 15 seconds without being in severe pain.
Good God.
And so I've just been laying down all day. So I'm so happy to see the fucking the call-in show today of all days.
Yes.
I got nothing to do. I just been playing The Binding of Isaac, which is very hard
Oh,
and
yeah.
just losing at it.
We heard your distress. We heard the gastrointestinal distress coming from over here. What do you do? What is the problem? What did you eat? What's the illness? Where does it come from?
That, I think, is unrelated to what's going on right now. I think I'm like normal people sick right now.
Oh, you're just sick.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Oh,
think
dude,
I'm
well,
just
that's
sick,
fine.
and I made a severe mistake in being like, I'm going to go hard. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think I actually made a mistake because, like, my friends were here, and it was like a one day. Like, fuck it. I feel shitty today, but I'm glad we got to
You're like, hey, I feel sick as hell. I'm gonna hang out with my friends all day.
Yes.
Gonna
Yeah,
get them
and,
all as sick as I am right now.
Well, nobody else got sick. I'll say that much. And nobody else really gave a shit about me because I didn't really let on that I was feeling all that terrible.
Now
like I
that
mentioned it,
that
but
that is a fatherly trait. A little bit of stoicism there, huh?
I think maybe in like some idyllic sense, but I think at least from a personal standpoint, my dad will make it known if he's feeling any type of way.
In a like a just a moody way, or he's actually gonna let everyone know I'm sick. I hate you all right now because I'm sick.
I think he just always like needs sympathy for something, like always needs to be validated for something in some kind of way.
Nice.
So he's always, if he's doing bad, you'll know, and it's like whatever you bring up. If you tell him you're doing bad, and he's like, oh yeah, I know exactly what that's like. I'm there. Like it's always got to like he's somehow feeling kind of worse than you, and no matter which way. Or he just totally he could relate, and I'm like in my head I'm like I don't think you can. I feel like I'm fucked up in a way you perhaps have not been, but that's you can't communicate. He's got to beat you in the struggle war, and even if it's like not like something he's working because he's a hardworking guy, but it's he's got to be having a rougher go of it than you, so he can have the sympathy.
Dude, but even I sense the similarities. Even so, you're working hard through your illness. You didn't complain, but it's all about work with you, man. You and your dad, you're friggin'. I'm trying to like really analyze this with no information. Is this working?
No, here's the thing. My girlfriend has said the exact same thing about it, and I
Nice.
think you're spot on. So. I do think that we get some. I don't know. It depends on who your dad was, I guess. But it's like I definitely think I have some of that external pressure just to work hard no matter what because of what has been like instilled into me.
Like he wants you to work hard because he works hard.
Yeah, or it's not. Maybe it's not. It's like not even that explicit, but it's like he did work hard for his whole fucking life. To the point where, like, I didn't see so much of him growing up because he was always gone for work. And so I think as a kid, you just internalize that shit, And it's like the guy, like, work was his whole personality. Like, that was his whole fucking existence.
What would be the ideal dad? My dad also was gone for work a lot when I was younger. He was working for Old Country Buffet, and he had to travel between Old Country Buffets. Do you have those out where you are?
Back when I lived in New York, or even when I was in Florida, they had one, I think.
Yeah.
But not in Minnesota.
It was amazing. We used to eat there for free once a week. I used to.
Wow, what a perk.
It was amazing.
This is what you get for having a dad.
Yeah, that was the most exciting thing about my dad for a lot of years. But so he was gone for a while, but I kind of liked when he was gone because when he was around, it was like had to deal with like all the dad rules all of a sudden, which were only apply when dad's around, and it's like a whole different criteria for living.
I enjoyed it too because it's like I got to live a sort of very unsupervised life.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up in New York, right? And my dad forever, his business was like headquartered in San Francisco. So like Monday to Friday, my dad was in California, and then I'd see him on the weekends. And that's like, between flights. So he's flying in like Saturday morning, leaving midday Sunday. So, and it's like, you're a kid. Weekends are when you're fucking hanging out with your friends. Mm-hmm. So it's like, the amount of time that I actually saw my dad was like real small until I was like, in my teens. But by then you don't even want to talk to the guy.
Right.
So It's just, yeah.
Did
Definitely had its perks, though. I didn't get free Old Country buffet.
Yeah, I mean that was a pretty special like part of my formative years. Was getting that free Old Country buffet and eating until I vomited because it was free.
What would you get? Was it? Well, yeah.
Just
What
like-
would you pile on your plate?
Endless mac and cheese and chicken legs.
Nice.
I would just
mean,
eat those
can't go wrong.
and chocolate milk, and then have to puke to make way for dessert.
Yeah, just yeah.
I was living the excess lifestyle.
How do you feel? Did you call your dad this Father's Day before you started this?
No, I haven't. I haven't talked to him yet. I probably
Are
will.
you gonna?
Probably.
You should tell him, hey, Dad, call into the show. I'll talk to you then. Wish you a happy Father's Day.
I've been talking shit about my dad. I want to keep talking shit.
Does your dad know like what the minute hour? I mean, he knows what the minute hour is, obviously. Does he know what the fucking like what you're doing, like the call-in show? Does he? How much does he know?
He's aware. He's aware of the minute hour. He's aware of the call-in show. I don't think I've told him to never listen to it. So
Okay.
hopefully he's heeded that advice. I try to
My
scare
dad's
him away from it.
awareness of my shit is my son has some kind of video business.
Oh, a business, nice.
Well, that's just because it's also the way I make money. He barely knows anything about my videos, but it's like he can't. He's such like a business guy that he can't fathom like doing stuff for as a creative outlet, you know. So it's all like how's business, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah,
YouTube business.
exactly. My YouTube business, my channel's not even monetized.
Dude, your dad, don't ever tell your dad that.
he would be like, what the fuck are you wasting your time for?
All right, Thomas, it's good talking to you. I hope you feel better soon. I'm sorry.
Thanks,
sorry
man.
You're ill.
I'm looking forward to the rest of the show.
All right, hell yeah. Thanks for calling.
Adios.
Bye. Dads and business. It's a classic combination. Dads and working away from home. That's kind of the dream, isn't it? To be a dad, but to not have to live at home 5 out of 7 days of the week. It's like I go home and be like, oh yeah, I have kids.
Call from
Sam.
Hello, Sam.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. I just wanted to say, great to finally talk to you. My friend Drew, he tipped me off to your stuff about a year ago, and I've listened to your albums like I don't know, a couple hundred times.
Oh,
Whole-
hell
whole
yeah.
bunch.
Well,
I
hell
don't
yeah,
know. I'm
dude.
a
Thank you.
Big
You're
fan of it, yeah.
You're one of you're in the vast minority who has listened to the
Yeah, I know.
albums. Yeah.
I don't know. Like there are sometimes where you listen to them. Let's see. Gosh, 30 drums is stuck in my head on like a semi-weekly basis now. That's your fault. Completely your fault. Thank you
Nice.
for that. Anyway.
Nice. That's awesome. Thank you, man. All right. Well, hey, we're talking about fathers today because of Father's Day. You know, what you got to say about that?
Well, I think it is. I think even with instances where we have a difficult or rocky relationship with our fathers, it's always good to remember that, at least to some degree, they sacrificed a decent part of their own existence on this earth, specifically for your benefit.
Mm-hmm.
I think about that all the time, and like there's only as an adult when I talk to my dad now, I'm like, he reveals all this stuff that was happening behind the scenes, and I remember when I was a kid, I didn't see any of it. I was completely unaware.
Sure.
And I'm like, that's just a momentous weight that I really appreciate him holding back. It's like he's just holding back this tide of life, and I'm just this happy kid playing with rocks.
Oh, you mean
You know.
like emotional weight, like things that.
Emotional weight,
Uh-huh.
scary realities, all the stuff that, like, you know, I had a lot of friends who had to grow up really quickly, and I look back and I'm like, wow, I really didn't. You know, I got to be a kid. I got to goof off and have fun, and I see all my friends are like, yeah, we didn't have that as much. So, you know, appreciate what you have, I guess.
Yeah. Like your dad is working hard to keep you like you said, like you have some kid time rather than
We have some kid time, and like I'm the oldest of how many of us? 5. There's 5 of us.
Oh, nice. I'm also from
and
5.
Oh yeah. So you know what it's like. Are you in the middle? You're the oldest. You're the bottom.
I'm in the middle.
You're in the middle. I'm sorry. On behalf of all oldest siblings, I apologize for stepping on the little guys in the middle. At least I did.
I accept your apology. With
man.
5, it's chaos. It's a brood at that point. I mean, we all.
It is.
Like, I feel like it reaches the point where the parents sort of like are just like, well, you guys just watch all each other. Like we can take a step back.
They would hire a babysitter for years because the longest time, the oldest is still young. But once I was like 12, it was like, Sam, you got it, you do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. He was like, do I get paid? Nah, you get fed. I'm like, you got it.
It's a good idea to put a 12-year-old in charge of 4 other children.
Which is funny because most of the time I was like, I just want it, because you're growing up in a big house. I'm a big introvert. Like I got my little group of friends that I reach out to when I'm comfortable. I got my wife. We have our circle, But like back then, growing up in a house where it's always moving, always talking, always loud, I'm like, leave me alone,
Yeah.
So a lot of times I would tell my brother under me, hey, you watch it. I'm gonna go to my room. I'm gonna go read or something. Because you guys got a chaos. I'm not for it right now.
You had an underboss.
Yeah, an underboss. That's exactly right. Which I was looking up at. Man, that was ancient history. I didn't think I'd think about that for a while. My underboss, as you say, is getting married in a couple of months.
All right.
Yeah,
congratulations
so
to him.
It's weird we're talking about this ancient history. I'm like, man, that was a long freaking time ago.
Yeah. When did you get married? You said you had a wife?
Yep. Yes, I do. I got married in August of 2020, which is funny because I don't know where you are, but August of 2020 in the state of Iowa, there was this horrible storm. We call it derecho, is a real fancy name. It basically means big wind. It's like a landlocked hurricane where it just messed up a whole bunch of our town. And 4 days later was when our wedding was supposed to be, so we had no power.
Oh, God.
There was no AC in the middle of August.
Wow.
It was crazy stuff. But we pulled it off. We met up with our friend who had an electric generator, so they were able to, have enough power to have a wedding reception at their house. It was
nice.
It was very low budget and a very small amount of people, but man, I wouldn't change a freaking thing. Like I was still all the inconvenience aside, it was the best day of my life, hands down.
Hell yeah, dude. That's nice to hear. Congratulations.
Yeah. I'm very, very in love with my wife.
Well, so then the next question is the one that follows. Since it's Father's Day and you've been married, you got any kids, or are they coming, or what's the deal here?
Not yet. I will say it is absolutely a goal. Nothing would make me happier. Nothing would make the pair of us happier. If God decides that's where our life should go, we're certainly open to it. We're certainly not, doing anything that would prevent that from happening. We're just
I think I know what you mean.
Doing our best to be who we are, and if we're blessed with a kid, we will treasure them all of our lives.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. What are they going to be called? What are the potential names? You guys talk about this yet? You saving it?
All right, don't tell nobody, but probably Heathcliff if it's a boy, or Valentine if it's a girl.
Heathcliff or Valentine? My goodness, those are some unique names.
I'm Sam.
Yes.
No one's gonna remember Sam, but she'll remember Heathcliff.
God, I would love if a Heathcliff called into the show 18 years from now when he's old enough.
Or Hemingway.
What is
Hemingway's another good one. Hemingway.
You know what?
That's my middle name, so maybe I could
You're
make
Sam
that first
Hemingway?
name for somebody. I'm Sam Hemingway. That's right.
Wow.
You know, it's always funny because like I was, raised. I still am Catholic, but I was raised Catholic as well. Big surprise, 5 kids.
Yeah.
But like, like that name Sam Hemingway. Samuel means God speaks, and Hemingway translates to one who finds the way home. So like it's kind of weird how my name translates to listen to God and find your way home, and it's literally what I'm trying to do. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like it.
that.
I like it a lot. All right. Hey, dude, thanks for
All right,
calling
bud.
in.
Oh,
It was good talking to you, man.
Absolutely. Hey, keep making awesome stuff. I can't wait to see if this chunk stuff leads into making more minute-hour stuff. I'd love to see what Relay turns into, if that's ever coming. But you got a big life.
Dude, don't worry. Big info coming soon. It's not Relay. I'm just prepping you. It's not Relay, but big info coming soon in regards to
That's cool.
Chunk
Hey.
TMH stuff. All right, good.
Whatever it is, I'm excited. Well,
Thank
hey,
you. Thank you for listening
do
to
good
all
work.
that shit, man. All right. Have a great day,
Hey, God
dude.
bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, hell yeah. That was quite wholesome. We're going to take a quick break here so that I can grab another beer, head to the bathroom. I don't have to say that, but I just want you to know. I want you to know, okay? We'll be right back in a second. Okay, wait. There's a lot of dead air on that. Okay. I forgot to mention this last time. All the music from this stream is coming from Woofoo Doofoo. Woofoo Doofoo. Which is a person. It's a person. I mean, that's all I know about them. Woofoo Doofoo. It's a person. In the description of this video, you'll find a link to the playlist of their music that I got all these songs from that I'm going to be playing on the stream. Everything that's on the stream is in that playlist. So if you're interested in listening to this music on your own time, please click on the playlist and you will find all that music. Okay, we're talking about fathers today. I don't know why I've decided to maybe take it down into this realm, but no, I'm going to come back up. All right, call in 518-288-7938. We're talking fathers, Father's Day, dads, potential future dads. Maybe you are a dad in training.
Call from
Mark.
Hello.
Hey,
How's it going, Mark?
it's good.
You got a dad?
I do got a dad, and so my birthday was yesterday, and I turned 18.
Hey,
And my
happy
birthday's
birthday,
so close
Mark.
to-
Hey, happy birthday,
Thank you.
Mark. Happy 18th
Thank you.
birthday, man.
Thank you.
What are you going to do now?
I don't know, but my birthday lands so close to Father's Day that sometimes it's on the same day. So me and my dad always do stuff together.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So today I'm I don't know. He said we're gonna hit the town or something. He's still sleeping though. He's sleeping in a lot.
He's asleep. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Busy
I don't
night?
know. Yep.
All right, what are
He
you guys?
sells,
You guys are going to hit
scrap and stuff.
You guys are going to hit the town? What does that mean? You going to go bar crawling?
Yeah, probably. No, maybe not. I don't know, he's gonna take me to this comic book store that I like. He takes me there
Oh, nice.
every year. It's pretty far away though. So
So you like your dad?
yeah, he's cool.
Yeah. Seems like
Yeah.
like a chill guy.
He's chill sometimes. I don't know. He gets a little frustrated sometimes.
Mark, you can say whatever you want. Dad is asleep now. Tell us what he does. What does he say? What does he say to you when he's angry?
No, he never directs the anger towards me. It's just I don't know. He gets angry at life. He's a little cynical sometimes.
I see.
Yeah.
Is he what do you live with him?
Yeah, I do.
All right, you just turned 18.
I did.
Nice. So what do you think? Wait a second. I had a good question. I just forgot what it was though. Oh man. What else goes on with your dad? guys-
He works a lot. I help him with that sometimes. He's like technically retired, but he sells scrap and he gets lumber and stuff, and I assist him with that sometimes.
I see. Working dad. Do you work?
Yeah.
Or you just work with him? That's your main work?
Yeah, I work with him.
Are you planning you're done with school now? Are you going to enter the workforce full time?
I don't really know what I'm gonna do yet. I don't plan that much.
Bro,
I'll be fine probably.
the time is
Definitely.
now. You're 18. It's now or never. You have to decide your whole future now, or else, it's all gonna go down the toilet. You know that. That's what everyone says, right?
Yeah, it is.
Do you agree?
I do agree, but
You do?
I don't know. I agree, but I don't listen.
All right. Well, what does your dad say? What does he want you to do?
He wants me to do whatever I want to do.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. Yeah, I draw a lot, and I recently got like a tablet, so I'm trying to figure out digital stuff. Maybe make like animations or something.
Cool. Hell yeah. Drawing. So you draw like
Yeah,
before this tablet, you were drawing like in notebooks and stuff, like physical drawings?
yeah, all the time, like in my school papers and stuff, and then we'd have conferences, and he'd tell me to not stop because he's proud of me expressing myself.
That's great. So how's the switch going from physical to digital?
It's sort of difficult. I don't know. There's just a lot of troubleshooting.
I would be horrible with that. Like I feel like the only times I can draw is when I'm drawing on like really, really small. Because when it's really, really small on a piece of paper, it's like your brain fills in a lot of details and you like think like, oh, this looks like a drawing, but it's not actually. But on digital, it's like you can zoom into the pixel, so it's never actually really small.
Yeah, that's something I struggle with because I do that too. I draw small, so I'd be drawing on the tablet, and then I zoom out and I realize I've been drawing like 5 pixels this whole time on like a giant canvas.
I like the
And
small.
then I resize it and it just looks like shit.
Oh man. Well, I like the small drawings. I think that's where it's at. Small
Yeah.
is gonna be the new. Small is gonna be big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my that's my wisdom for today. Keep drawing small as you possibly can.
All right.
All
I'll
right, hey,
continue my microscopic art.
hell yeah. Hey, send me your art also. theminutehour@gmail.com. I want to look at your art. I love looking at art.
All right. I'll send you some.
All right, thank you, bro. Thanks for calling in. I hope you have fun with your dad tonight.
Will do.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Seemed like a nice fella. Oops. Seemed like a nice fella. An art man. An artist, even. Oh. Missing calls here.
Call from
Fred.
Hello, Fred.
Oh, shit. Sorry, excuse me for cursing. How's it going?
It's okay. This is not TV or public radio. We can say whatever the hell we want. Hell.
Whatever the hell I want?
Bitch.
Oh, I think I have to go. I can't hear that word.
Oh, I'm sorry. Went too far. I took it too far. So what's
How
up?
you doing?
I'm good. We're talking about fathers today, I guess. But you got any dad thoughts?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Maybe I'll be the first of many, but mine's not around anymore.
I see. Do
Yeah.
you care to specify exactly what that means?
Yeah, raptured.
Oh, yes.
So I'm pulled into the sky in front of me.
I'm sorry to hear that. That happens.
No, it was cancer in 2019.
Oh man, that's rough, dude. I'm sorry.
It's part of life.
Yeah, that is true. Is that not too recent? Are you feeling? Have you come to terms with it?
Ooh, that's a good question. I guess it just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of stays with you.
Yeah,
It's just like a process that's continuing. But
I see.
part of the process is slowly becoming your dad. So you and his weight problems, that might be you in the future.
You must take his place.
That's right. Yeah, it's, I don't know if it's a curse, but I'm getting pretty much all characteristics, not on purpose. Same job, same look, same voice.
Oh, nice. What about your traits, your personality? Do you find yourself
geez.
doing things and you go, "Oh, that's dad"?
Yeah, I think a lot of people notice it too as well. But like the way I look, we're both flight instructors, or he was a flight instructor, I am now.
Mm-hmm.
And we're both a little bit unhinged, I guess, in a good way. Creative, original.
Tell us about that. Let's talk about your unhingedness.
I don't know. I listen to Minute Hour. That's the first thing, and then
Yeah.
I talk about it to other people, which is probably something I shouldn't do. You know?
Yes. It's a good, this is why we should talk about it. I feel like our viewers could relate to being unhinged.
Yeah.
Where
It's not like
did-
you meet someone, you're like, how do you recommend the Minute Hour to someone without sounding completely insane? Like, listen, here's self-defense class.
Yeah,
I find this funny. It's not because I have any.
I don't want to have
I don't
sex
have the
with
same
my
feelings
mom.
as this character.
I just think it's funny if someone did. Well, where did your hinges go? Where are those at? Where did you lose them?
I don't know. I just think I'm just creative, and then it comes out in like when I teach a class or in flight, and with my friends. I'm also French Canadian, and we've got a lot of personality.
Dude, I was just
So
in
when we
French
drink-
Canada.
Oh yeah.
No, sorry, go on. When you
Do you,
drink.
oh, sorry, but like you've been in Montreal or
Oh
Quebec?
yeah, I was just in Montreal last week.
Did you notice that like they got personality, that group of people?
The French?
Yeah. No, the French Canadian. Not when you say French, a French Canadian may be upset, and the French will be upset if you say the same thing about
Okay,
them
well,
comparing
well,
to a French Canadian.
okay, I make both French people mad. Good. That's what I intended to do. I've noticed that the
Good.
French in Canada hate me. Why do they hate
yeah?
me? It's because I don't speak French. It's not my fault. I don't care. I never had to do that. There's some guy on the street who said something in French to me, and I just ignored him because it's just like I'm not even gonna pay attention to this guy. And then he made a comment. He said, "Oh, they do not respond to you when you speak in French." And I was like,
Or if you speak French and it's not good, they'll just switch to English. It's like a classic.
"Yeah, that's what everyone starts with bonjour in the stores." It makes me so pissed off, dude. I got a lot of unresolved issues about French Canada, so I feel bad unloading them on you because you are French
No,
Canadian.
it's okay. I think we do as well.
You don't sound French Canadian. You just sound Canadian.
It's franco-ontarien. It's like my parents are French Canadian, but grew up in Ontario, and then went back to Montreal for some training.
Say some French
But-
shit right now, or I won't believe you.
I don't know. Bonjour, mon nom c'est Fred. Je vis au Canada.
Oh man.
Je parle avec de Minutawa.
The minute hour. The self-defense class. This is
Well, okay, but come on.
deranged content for all my French homies. That's not.
Well,
That's
sorry, I got a
lot.
question for you about fathers.
Okay. All right.
Right. So, just to put you in the position is like I don't think people realize, and I think actually the second caller brought up something interesting about just how underappreciated them giving up a portion of their lives are
Yeah.
to basically raise us. But if you think about how often you see your dad in like a month or on a yearly basis, how often is that?
On a yearly basis?
Yeah. Twice a month, once every 2 months, once a year.
I would say approximately once a month, maybe once or less a month. I'm a bad son. I'm a bad child.
That's pretty normal, but
Oh, good.
especially when we're adults. But how many years do you have left with the guy, do you think, until either you or him move on?
Oh, no. I don't know. He's so fat. Not that long.
What are we talking, 3 years or like 20, 40?
He's
60?
young. My parents are young. They are not even 60. Actually, my dad just turned
Okay.
60, so they're young.
Okay.
But you know, it's not looking great. I mean, I don't know. I don't know exactly how the human body shuts down, but I think having a bunch of fat on it aids that process.
So what do you think, another 20 years would be optimistic, or can we just pick that number for
Yeah,
now?
that does seem optimistic.
Yeah?
What are you
Okay,
getting
well,
at here? Are
pretend-
you trying to say I should see my dad more?
No, it's just like, I think it's a normal amount of times you're going to see your dad, but if it's 12 times a year for 20 more years, you got 240 visits left with him. And then each time you see him with, 239, 238, 237, and then you start to realize, oh, hey, I'm down in the hundreds, down in the tens. And each one starts to get a little bit, like, I don't know, a bit more special. And I've noticed for me, it's, because my dad's not the only person who has passed, but there's very special moments near the end for me. I find that some of the most special moments in my life were near the end of others. And it's just a thing to keep in mind. Might not be nice, but at least interesting.
In what way?
Well, I don't know. What do you mean? What's your question?
I could probably piece it together, but I wanna know exactly what you mean. Like, is it when there's perceivably less time together? Maybe it feels easier to be like honest or something.
I think when you've lost. Sorry, I don't know if you want to reveal this in front of your viewers, but have you lost anyone in your life?
not anyone who I was extremely close with. No.
I think it becomes very easy to pick who you hang out with after that and be more honest with them.
Mm-hmm.
But for example, this is a very personal story, so please don't share it with anyone.
Okay. No problem.
I'm aware of my it's like near my dad was sick. We drove him to the emergency room, and his sister was around. And his sister, they were only a couple years apart, so they've known each other their whole lives.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in the emergency room. We were kind of at Canadian healthcare. We were having trouble getting him admitted until his doctor was like, just go to the emergency room. They'll put you in like urgent care and take care of you. And we didn't know. Like, we didn't realize it was the end.
Hmm.
But his sister was there, and I had to drive to the airport after he was admitted, and they just, in front of me, there's people screaming in pain. There's people around you when you get admitted. And then they just had like this little moment together where I had to go to the hospital. He's been taken in, so it's like the last little conversation where they just kind of hug. They look at each other, and not much was said. Maybe like somewhat teary-eyed between them, and they just split ways. And it was like a lifetime of brother and sisterhood. Just that's how it stopped, and nothing was really said. That was that last conversation of the 240.
Dude,
It's a special moment to just kind of see how it stops like that.
Dude, how dare you come on my funny call-in show and tell me a sweet story like that? Gonna make me emotional, like this was your plan from the start. I knew it. I see someone here where this got said fast. The way I see it is just kind of beautiful, That's just how it is. Ugh.
And
bringing in this realness. Yeah. What a horrible thing to remember on Father's Day.
This horrible fucking caller.
That is actually my dad had a similar experience. His is sort of different in a certain way. His sister, my aunt, died a couple of years ago of cancer, and they, my dad and his sister, had some sort of lifelong grudge against each other. It just made them never talk to each other. I never knew, like, this aunt. Like, I remember her when I was, like, 5, and then some sort of familial drama happened, and so they just didn't talk for, like, 20 or 30 years or something. And my dad got very upset when it was approaching the end for her about all the time lost. It's very sad.
Yeah.
So I guess people shouldn't hold grudges, I guess, which is probably easy for kids to hold against their parents because, parents, nobody's perfect.
Yeah. I got a little story between about us two, actually.
Right.
It's not related to fathers. It's just a funny coincidence. Is you had done some Fiverr stuff back in the day?
Some what?
You did some work on Fiverr.
Oh, yeah. That was a while ago.
And my sister had contacted you to make one for my birthday.
Oh, wait. I remember this one. Wait, was it the voicemail one?
She totally forgot she got me the gift. It was the birthday one where it goes crazy.
God damn it.
That one's fantastic, but she didn't tell me about it. I had listened to your stuff. She was going to introduce me, and then I was like, I'll donate to him. I like his stuff. Might as well support the creator, since I can't support you through chunks since you're not in Canada.
Sorry,
so I sent you some money back then, and I got access to the little catalog of stuff. My ringtone is still you going, hey, hope I'm not bothering you right now, but you got a caller calling you, and I can't pick it up. Great ringtone. But I ended up going up to it, finding Fred's birthday. And it was funny. It's my name. I'll send it to my sister. Like, check this out. This is hilarious. And she goes, holy shit, like, come upstairs. And I go upstairs. And she's like, I totally forgot I did this, but this was made for you. And yeah,
That's
it's
amazing.
it's
Wow.
fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how fucking worthless this shit is to your sister.
She's shy. She's like, this is never going to work out. And eventually did. I think it's the best way and one of the best presents I've received. So thank you very much.
Dude, hell yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you found it in such a wraparound way also.
Yeah.
All right, well, hey, man, thank you for calling in. Thank you for sharing those real stories. Thanks for keeping it real.
Yeah. And I don't know. Get Chunk to Canada. I'm interested.
All right, hey, we're working on it. We got plans. Don't
All right.
you worry. All right. Thank you, man. Have a good one.
Thank you. Have a good one.
That was the real deal. We were getting into it. I was feeling sad. I had to make a joke to not feel sad.
Call from
Maya.
I remember this person. Maya.
Oh, hello.
How's it going?
You remember me?
I remember you telling me some story about your scary stairwell.
Well, that kind of goes into the topic today because my dad helped me move into that place, so he had to carry chairs and tables up a few flights of stairs. So
Nice. So he's very, very aware of the stairs.
yeah, he was so shocked when he saw them. He took pictures. Anyway, enough about the stairs. Yeah.
So,
I
is it
really
Father's Day
appreciate-
where you are? Is that even a? Is that an international
I
thing?
don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay, I didn't think so either.
I think there is a Father's Day, but it's not now. I don't know when it is. I never have gotten my dad anything for that.
Me neither. I never get your dad anything.
Okay. Yeah. But I really do appreciate my dad. I didn't grow up with him because my parents separated when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
But now, in my adult life, I've gotten to know him a bit more, and he taught me to ride a bicycle when I was 18, which is way too old.
Oh, that's
But,
sweet though. It's never too late to have Dad teach you how to ride a bike.
Yeah, it was really great. I was surprised by him being a great teacher, actually.
How much did you see him
Yeah.
when you were child aged?
Very rarely. I don't really remember. Not a lot. I don't know why. I just never really called him or didn't even hang out or.
Was there like a particular time that you did decide that you wanted to talk with him more?
I think it was just a part of growing up.
Like when you
now
got out of
it's
the
like
angsty teenager phase?
Yeah, maybe. Well, I just became more aware of my surroundings, I guess.
Yeah. What was it like then when
Yeah,
you were
but-
first really getting more acquainted as more an adult than a child?
It was really great. It kind of felt like something was missing before that, and I didn't even know. And I still don't know him as much as like you do a person you live with.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, actually, I might call him tomorrow. That reminds me.
Nice. Yeah, how often do you talk now? Are you buddy?
Quite often, like at least every week,
That's nice. That's
Yeah.
more often than I talk to my dad. I got it all out of the way in childhood.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I should talk about this, but there's one moment with my dad that really sticks in my mind. Have you seen your father cry?
You what? You saw him? Oh, have you seen him cry? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that was really kind of because we don't really talk a lot, and there was this situation where he was really afraid for his girlfriend's health, and I just saw like tears in his eyes, and I because we're not very close, I've never seen him in such like a vulnerable state, and that really, I don't know why I mentioned this. I'm sorry.
What was it? Was it bad? It was like this. I don't like this. This man crying.
No, it was no. It was just memorable, I would say. But I don't think any worse of him. The opposite, actually.
You like him more because he cried? What? That sounds believable now.
Yeah, maybe. He didn't
It's like-
actually cry, okay?
It just had tears. His eyes got wet. We don't even know that they
Yeah.
were tears. They aren't tears until they drop out of the eyeball.
I regret mentioning it.
Have you cried in front of your dad?
No,
Oh, you're winning. You got that over him.
is it a competition?
With crying. Whoever cries more loses. That's the rule.
Do you do that?
That's what I mean. That's what I learned. No. But it's interesting.
I don't know.
Well, you should do it. You know, I think the next time you talk to your dad, just start weeping. Just why not?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that will strengthen our relationship.
Yeah, this is sort of weird advice, but yeah, just cry. Just think of something
Just
sad. It doesn't have to be real, but just give your dad the level playing field when it comes to crying. I just think it's important. All right, Maya, I'm sorry. I'm just bullshitting you. I'm being stupid. You have anything else you want to say about your dad that's like nice and not like a stupid joke, or even anything you want? Anything you want to say?
Well, here's something. I really admire him because he used to have health problems, like before I remember him, but he really turned that around. He does a lot of sports stuff, like biking and running.
Nice.
And I think that's really inspirational, and I should do that more probably.
And that even that proves how crazy those stairs are, because this healthy man had to take a picture of these stairs because they're so crazy.
He did a good job, though. He really went up and down with great speed.
All right, so you guys gonna hang out soon, or you just call on the phone? Are you like far away?
We might hang out. I'm actually coming home from college.
That's right, summertime.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Cool.
it sounds good. Thank you for calling, Maya. It's good to hear from you again.
Thank you for talking to me again. And I want to say, please keep doing these call-in shows. I mean, if you feel like it, I think it's kind of special. It's a really nice thing. Okay, that's all I had to say.
All right, cool. You like the call-in show. Good. Good.
Yeah.
That's why we do it. All right. Hey, Maya, thanks you for calling in. It's good talking to you.
Bye.
All right, bye. Maya. She's a nice lady. She's got that cool accent. What is that accent? It's like Slavic. I could have asked her. I think I probably did last time, and I forgot. That's why I didn't want to ask her. I guess could take another break now. I'm gonna turn on Do Not Disturb. Let's see if one more call trickles in here, or if we're gonna take a break. Oh my goodness. We're gonna do like 2 or 3 hours today. It's been 1 hour so far, but this is the old structure. If you don't remember, we're doing like the half hour and then the break. The music from the stream that we're playing is from Woofoo Doofoo. If you're enjoying the music, click on the video description and you will find the playlist for the music. I don't know what it is particularly about talking about the playlist that brings me back to this voice, but I would just love for you to enjoy this music on Woofoo Doofoo's channel instead of on my stream, where it does him no good at all. Beep, 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 yeah. Woofoo doofoo. Shit, I'm just madder than a fuck. This woofoo doofoo son of a Doug, dude. Sorry. Thought I would say something funny there, but it doesn't always work. Okay. It's Father's Day. We're talking fathers. We talked some shit. We talked some... What's the opposite of shit? Food? We've been talking good and bad about dads. Whatever you want. We're appealing to everybody. Let's think about the call-in show. Everybody's allowed. Everyone's invited. Yeah, you just gotta, Man, I'm rusty. I'm rusty, bro. Okay, thank God a call. Woo.
Call from
Alex.
Alex.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good, bro. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
How do you find your father on this day?
I find him doing pretty well, better than we have before.
Ooh.
There's
There's a little some history in this answer, some lore I sense.
Yes, sir. A decent bit of lore, you could say.
What's
you know,
going
I
on?
wasn't always the greatest son, and
Yeah.
he kind of had his own problems dealing with some
Yeah.
anger and whatnot.
Yeah, that's
You know,
what
the
we
whole
want to talk
juicy
about.
deal.
That's what we wanted. That's what we've been waiting for, baby. It took us an hour to get there, but lay out the hard facts. What's your angry dad say?
You know, growing up, it was a lot of name calling, a lot of screaming,
Ooh,
all that kind of shit. He'd get up in my face,
Name calling.
call me stupid,
Aw.
yeah, call me an idiot, all that kind of shit.
Aw.
Yeah, that was his form of abuse. You know, just gritted teeth up in my face, loud as he can be.
You stupid idiot.
Yep.
You played Smash
that-
Brothers. What did he hate? What was the idiotic
Brother,
thing?
yo.
I don't know. What was the idiotic thing you did? I took a wild guess.
Yeah, you could hit Smash Brothers, or you could also say you didn't bring the fucking paperwork to get your school pictures this year. How many fucking times do I have to tell you? You know, like what the fuck, man?
school pictures. I fucking love those
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah, pretty much.
How many siblings do you have?
So, growing up with my father, my parents were split. I have a half sister that I never really got to know that well. And I had one stepsister during the time of living with my dad. And she was around for a couple of years, but then they split as well.
What's the? I'm actually. If I thought about this harder, maybe I could figure it out. But what's the difference between a step sibling and a half sibling?
Okay, so step sibling is like my dad married a woman who already had a kid, so that's my step sibling. And my half sister is my mom had a child with somebody.
Right. Oh, okay. So different parents, different genetics.
Different parents. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Interesting. So you never lived with the half sibling, half sister.
No, I didn't.
Do you talk to her at all now, or is she just like just some random person in the world?
She's like doing super well and really smart, and I'm like the hand tattoo degenerate of the family.
Nice.
So you know, she's like working for NSA while she's in college.
Dude,
and
she sounds evil.
I'm me.
She sounds like the fucking devil. Nah, I mean,
No,
she's
no.
probably a nice lady.
Yeah, no, she's cool. She's real nerdy, very quiet, reserved.
She's just spying on all of us.
Yeah, yeah, she just knows what you do when you go home.
That's fine. Who would you trust more with spying on all of us? Your half sister or yourself?
My
you
half
answered
sister
your-
might be more.
yeah, you
my
answered
my
the
half
question.
sister might be more likely to follow the rules. I'll lay it down like that. I might bend a couple of those if I see fit.
So it might be in some cases like, hey, I'll show a little leniency for this cool ass
Yeah.
motherfucker, but on the other
Yeah.
on the other hand, it's like, well, this person said something that annoys me personally. The rules may not allow for me to prosecute, but I'm gonna bend the rules, figure out how to throw him in jail.
Yeah, well, I mean, it can go both ways. It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. So you're a little more you're less. You think you're less even keeled than your half sister? Well, maybe a little more volatile.
Much more so. Volatile, fucked up in the head. You know.
Cool.
Doing my best, but I know the situation.
Do you are you so if you know the situation, does that mean you can tell when it's happening when you're changing like the Hulk into your angry dad? I'm doing some
Exactly. No, I mean that is exactly what it is, and I can tell, but it's also like just because I can tell doesn't always mean I have the inner strength to
keep it from reaching that.
Have you heard of any? Have you heard any hot tips or tricks to help?
No, man, but I'm all ears if you got some.
Hey, I remember this one. This is the one I said this on the last stream, but they tell you this when you're 5, but they tell you it when you're 25 also. Count to 10, brother.
Count to 10.
You know you're
That
angry.
might be a good way to handle it.
Just count to 10. By the time you get to 10, which takes so long, I mean, you'll be just so distracted.
I won't even remember what I was angry about to begin with.
Look, I had so much fun counting to 10.
Problem solved.
That's the only life hack I have. It doesn't work.
Hey, man.
It's a ineffective.
It doesn't
one.
work?
Nah. It really worked when I was first learning to count.
Yeah, it helped out with that.
But then counting got less exciting, lost its novel appeal.
Yeah, there's nothing fun about that, man. That'll just make me angrier. Oh,
The fuck?
all these fucking
What the fuck
all
comes
these
after
fucking
3?
numbers.
Fuck. 5, 7. Well, this is my problem. Is I'm also a bit of a volatile person, and my dad was a bit moody as well, and so I'm gonna blame it all. I'll blame it all on him. I'll just say, I was a perfect little baby at one point, and then my dad ruined it all by getting angry.
You came in here and fucked it all up.
Why did he do that? But I can't help it. When I start to feel angry, I love the feeling. I have the self-awareness to be like, all right, I'm getting unreasonably angry right now, and how do I
like it?
Yeah, how do I engage this to the fullest extent without like getting arrested?
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say. Yeah, I mean, usually my approach is, how can I take this to level 10 without sleeping in jail tonight?
It's hard. What do you do? What's the method? You just have boys there to hold you back when you go too far?
I don't know, man. And then it's like the situations where you're, say it's you and your old lady in a fucking vehicle or something together, or in the house. She's fucking, y'all are both real into it. What do you do? There's nowhere to go. Like,
oh yeah.
If she's just sitting there poking you to death, like, you can't. Is it really so wrong for you to say, hey, shut the fuck up? You know what I'm saying? Is it really that bad? I don't know.
It's certainly not the worst thing you could do.
Hey, it's not.
That's what
it's not the worst thing you could do.
You want to think about the worst thing. You keep that for your brain world. But you gotta filter that out into what's like the most acceptable bad thing I can do.
Exactly. And when you're as shitty and fucked up as me, you try to make that as twisted as you can. You try to really like turn the knife left and right a little bit when you can. And all it ever does is cause more of a fucking problem in the long run.
Yeah.
But in that moment, you're like, this is the right response.
Being like a little shit. Being just like a little...
Being as bad as you can be.
A little antagonistic. I love being antagonistic towards people when I'm mad.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's like... I'm not gutsy enough to just start a physical fight with someone, but I'll try to annoy them to the point where they start a fight with me.
Yeah, no, I understand that exactly.
It's a bad habit.
I'm pretty much the same way, except it depends. I might be down to throw the first punch, so you say.
I haven't done it in my life, but
really,
I'm open to it. I'm waiting for the right opportunity.
I went to prison for a year, so there was a lot of that going on.
Okay, so dude, you took it too far one time. This is what happened. What happened? Why
happened?
Was it alcohol?
Why did I end up where I was at?
Yeah.
To be real with you, so I started using methamphetamine when I was 17.
Oh, baby.
And, and yeah, and it hit me with an oh baby real fast. and I mean, I just spiraled out of control. I lost who I was, started hanging around with the wrong people, and I got caught stealing vehicles, and I had a stolen pistol in one of the vehicles.
Oh my God. Dude. That is real. That's good. Dude, fucking those hard drugs, they'll
do it to you every time, man.
It doesn't matter who you are. Like if you're gonna get into that shit, you're going into a life of crime.
Yeah, I mean I really compare like doing meth to like black magic. It's almost like a soul selling fucking like summoning or something, you know? You're fucking casting a spell that costs your very essence of what makes you you.
Was it worth it?
Fuck no.
Oh, okay.
Fuck no, it wasn't worth it. Hell no.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, no, I never should have touched that shit. I never should have done that shit, but, you know, you live and you learn.
Yeah, you learn. You can't learn from the textbooks that show the guy all methed out. You're like, that's not right. What if I did meth?
Yeah, exactly. If I did it, I wouldn't look like that weirdo.
No,
and then a year down the road, you are that weirdo.
You'd be a super cool dude stealing cars.
Yeah, with the homies.
Hell yeah. So how long has it been since the meth days?
It's been like 5 years now.
Hell yeah, brother. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
Yeah. I'm too scared to try the really hard drugs.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's fun the first time, and then after that, it sucks.
I believe it. Even just with like cocaine. I remember when I moved out to LA, I did cocaine like 3 times in the first month, and I was getting really into it, and I just had to tell myself like, all right, I just have to stop doing this, or else I'm gonna be a fucking cokehead. And beyond all the health problems, like it's just gonna make me poor as hell. I'm not gonna have any money.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to start
who the fuck
sucking
has money
dick.
to do coke?
Not me. I could only do my friends' coke, and they were getting sick of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, well, dude, hey, thank you for calling. We a little bit about dads.
Yeah, man.
A little bit about other things. It's good.
Hey, yeah, it's great. Hey, and by the way, man, I love your albums. I love all the shit you do, man. I'm a huge supporter. Keep it up.
Hell yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. All right, you have a good day,
Peace
man.
out.
All right, bye. Oh, next call. Is it good? Oh, fucking goddamn it. Sometimes it's like the calls are on call waiting, and then I hang up, and then I try to answer the call. It was on call waiting, but it's on the last ring, so I missed them. Okay, that's basically what happened right there. Okay, but here's another one.
Call from.
Ray Shendon.
To accept, press.
Who? Hello?
Hello, how are you?
Hello, good. How are you? I didn't quite catch your name. Was it what? What was it?
It's Ray.
Oh, Ray.
Last name Shendon. Yeah, it's German.
Dude, why say your whole name?
Oh, I don't know. It's a good question.
You've got nothing to hide.
I do have things to hide.
All right, well, we won't talk about
I'll
this.
keep them.
Yeah.
We'll talk about those.
It's going to be up to you to fucking keep that shit under wraps.
Man, I can't believe I got in. That's so cool.
Yeah, dude. Have we talked before?
We haven't.
Oh, wow. So this is your first time?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about fathers, and I was going to talk about the experience I had when I was listening to Trials 1 and 2 that you made. And it reminded me of so many experiences I had with my father that I hadn't thought of in a long time.
Oh man.
And
I'm thinking of some of the scenes in that, and I'm really hoping it's not the ones I'm thinking of.
oh yeah, it's like not happy, but I just wondered if like you had a similar negative experience that was just like really overbearing and like things like that, to be able to produce something that was kind of in line with, you know, what it reminded me of my experiences. But I mean, mine were pretty dramatic. I'll just go ahead and tell you.
Why don't you start with what?
Yeah.
And then I'll tell you about trials.
I wish I could relate, like, you know, what I'm remembering to what you were talking about. But I mean, I can remember it in pieces, you know. So, like, one thing that would happen when I was real young, maybe 3, 4, 5, around there, is we'd play this game where, you know, I'd have to, like, it would be
I'm so scared right now.
I don't want to take.
You're talking about some sort of scary
well,
game.
In any
you're playing
case,
with your
I'd end up in like a posture where it was like really painful, you know, like I was being stretched some kind of way, and it was like, oh, we're just playing like a fighting game, and I'd be in all this pain, and you know, he would be like, you love me, don't you? You do love me, and I'd be like, yes. He's like, do you really? Do you really? And like, it would just go farther and farther until like the dark.
Oh no.
And so like,
no.
yeah, it was like, it got fairly extreme. So like, he'd take the pillowcase, a pillowcase, and he'd kind of twist it up and like use it as a gag, so like I couldn't scream, or like I wouldn't be as loud.
Dude, wait, what? What?
Yeah, like I don't even expect you to like believe it as I'm telling you this. Like I understand it's pretty extreme, but yeah, like, so that would happen, and of course like my mom would come in, and it like wouldn't matter that much. He would just like pat her around, you know, like, oh, okay, you're upset. Well, we'll think about that later. You know what I mean? So like, stuff like that. And I mean, one time I would just be like dangled over a second-story building, like young, like 4 years old, before I was even in kindergarten.
What?
And
for, like character building exercise?
No, man. I mean, the motivation behind it was really weird. It was kind of like, I don't know. He would like, I saw a video actually, because I was only as high as like a box spring in a mattress. And I didn't punch him, but I just kind of, you know, slightly hit him for some reason. It was like out of nowhere. I just hit him in the leg. He took that as like a personal attack, like from an adult.
Oh no.
And so he looked at me and he went, bam, he like punched me back. And then he like ended up like punching me into the floor, like trying to retaliate.
Good God.
You know? Yeah, so like it was really crazy. But I mean, he was like a really successful, I never actually knew what he did the entire time. Since I've been born, he's never had a job. Neither has my mom. They just always had money.
Oh. I would, you know, that's sort of what I want, but it sounds like you gotta get your kicks some other way if that happens.
Right. I mean he was like, I don't know.
What is it like now? Has this normalized? Has this evened out, or is this a
Oh, I haven't talked to him in over.
Oh man.
I haven't talked to him in over 15 years. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, given all I know about your relationship at this point. Good God, what about your mom? Like, you talk to her?
No, she's pretty messed up. Like,
oh man,
my old lady. Well, she put it the best. We were married. I mean, legally we're still married, but that's another story. But so she put it like this. It was great. She said, because I thought my mom was like one of the good ones. I was like, well, she got with him when she was really young, and she was just, you know, kind of controlled the whole time. But she kind of did pills here and there, and, you know, my dad had money, and so she said, you know, when her kid was getting abused, instead of doing something about it, she just wanted to eat pills and crab. I was like, you're right. So I don't really talk to her anymore. I mean, I'm doing relatively good. I'm in my life, you know. I'm trying to make it through school and working all the time. I live in a house, and you know, it's pretty comfortable. I don't worry about too much.
Yeah, I mean, you got a positive cadence to your voice. I didn't take you. I didn't immediately take you for being someone with a completely fucked up childhood. So that's
that's good, right?
That's a good start, dude. So they're basically out of the picture then, eh?
Yeah, pretty much. pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, that might be the play. That might be the successful move there. Well, you got my dad's stories beat by 1,000 miles. I mean, I can't compete with this. We had one thing.
You know.
Everything's a competition to me. Sorry.
Everything's a competition.
It's not your fault. That's what my dad instilled in me. No, we had a fun thing, which I learned later in life was not a normal thing. We used to get birthday spankings, where for your birthday, you get your pants pulled down in front of all the other siblings, and you get spanked for how many years old you were. And it was a joyous occasion for everyone but the birthday person.
Sure.
We used to love it. I remember chanting and cheering when my brothers would get spanked. But I don't know. It just kind of stopped at one point. I guess at some point, my parents were like, you know what? I don't know about these birthday spankings. I don't know what we're accomplishing anymore. I think we just got to put that to rest.
Yeah.
But that was pretty much it. Just like Dad just get angry or whatever. But like a normal human being, he never dangled me over a building. He never punched me into the ground.
Hey, I'll tell you another story. It's dark, but it's still funny though. Like if you have distance, you know.
Oh, I'm laughing.
Do you remember that show, Marry the Children?
Oh yeah.
It had that love and marriage, like the beginning intro.
I used to have to stay up late to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, I did too. So we had Mom. She comes in the door. She's crying. You know, the room's a mess. And she's like, hurry up. We got to get it cleaned up. Do you want to get it? So I'm like, there's toast, dude. It doesn't matter how clean this room is. You know? And so we're frantically going around in there and picking stuff up. And you can hear him coming down the hall. He's like, do. And I'm like, here we go. You know, she closes the door. He knocks it open, like the door frame comes off just a little bit, and she's like huddled in a little position, like looking up at him, and he just starts singing. He's like, love and marriage, love and marriage. I'm like, oh my
Dude.
God.
This sounds like just like a horror movie.
He was amused by his own pain. I mean, honestly, he had a lot of weird stuff going on. He did, but I don't know. You know, lots of terrible things happen to a lot of people out here, and it's just everybody suffers according to their own measure. It seems like. I don't know.
Do you think about fatherdom for yourself one day?
Yeah, I was dad to my 3 kids since they were 6, 8, and 10.
Oh, you
and
got
now the old
kids?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The oldest is 27 now.
Good God.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost as old as me. How old are you?
I'll be 40 this year.
Oh my God. You sound like a young man. In a good way. In a youthful, energetic way.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I love to live. You know, I have all kinds of things I love to do. I don't think that's going to change. I hope it doesn't.
So did you punch your kids?
No,
cool.
I abused them with education, I guess, a fair amount at first, and
just as bad.
Yeah.
No.
But not for too long. Mom kind of corrected that.
So you've got you have a relationship with your kids at this point?
Yeah, sure do. Yeah, that's pretty good, I must say.
That's great.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you had some sort of a sacred duty to raise your children in a way that was not the horrifying way you were raised, or did it just happen? You just happened to be a normal dad?
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't believe that an adult could act that way, being an adult, or with the opportunity to be an experience for young people. I just couldn't believe that somebody would think to act that way, and it was. I actually went into my childhood thinking how I would have treated myself as a child too at that same time, and that was really interesting exercise to do. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just it surprises me that you would have an emotional situation of anger and rage and frustration most of the time, almost all the time, being around young people, because they're so full of life and interested and happy to spend time with you, and there's so much joy and like good experiences moment to moment, and to have that experience as an adult around children, especially children so young, I couldn't imagine being that person, Not a lot of love in that person to have that experience.
Yeah, have you developed a theory as to what could make that happen? Is it just
Yeah,
yeah?
I really have. It's they don't see love within themselves enough at all to express any almost whatsoever. And a lot of it is the focus on gain and survival. Well, not even survival, just gain, and gain through lying, deceiving, and not realizing the self-destructive, that's any kind of abuse is mentally a destructive. So like when you huff gasoline or whatever, you're obviously destroying some brain cells, and you get a reward.
Right.
And there's a reward that comes from those behaviors, but if you don't have any contrast to a decent amount of experiences that have to do with of love, your love is too weak to use. You can't use it. It doesn't solve any problems. It seems like a problem itself. You can't. It's like Gandhi will sit there and tell you, well, yeah, you go to war, you equip yourself with love and peace. And most people think, well, that's the silliest idea I've ever heard of. But if your love is really strong and you use it to solve problems daily, then you've got a problem-solving peace, a problem-solving love, because you've solved small problems with it, and then larger problems, and then, So you devise working, functioning, care, concern, giving, solve problems with giving, solve problems, Then you have a contrast with, well, what am I going to do? Am I going to be full of rage and anger and lies and deception to make it happen, or something else, But if you don't have that contrast, then you're just going to see nothing, or I can steal and have something, whether it's just on a small scale or a large scale or day to day or whatever. And to be fair, his parents hurt him. I mean, my father's mother would like stab him, That's what I heard. And
with a bat?
He went through
with a real bat.
What?
With a bat, you said?
Oh no, with a knife.
What?
Like she would be like he would tell me stories about being in disappointment, that she was so disappointed in him, and she'd have that in her hand and walk up behind him and be like she was hugging him, and just slowly drive it into his back, like as it was his fault.
Dude, what
that
the
he
fuck?
Was so
What the fuck?
Yeah.
This shit is going on in my country?
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, like that there
it.
was like but it comes from a kind of crime, like crime. Like my grandfather worked for the city of Chicago, and I'd hear stories like this. So and this was, I guess, in the 1920s around. So in the sewer hole covers, right, they'd go missing, and so the city would report them. And if they're missing, well, you got to pay money to replace them, right? Well, they were just taking them. The city was just taking them, and then they get a check, and then they just put them back.
Nice, hell yeah.
So, stuff like that. It's just it comes from a heritage of just really having a bad way and a degenerative way to gain for yourself, but you hurt your whole community, and in turn you lose sight of care, you lose sight of what it is to have a love that's one you want, and not one that's talented and powerful and predictable. Those things don't necessarily make a recipe for something that you'd want, and you really pin yourself into a miserable spot. Because he had money, and he had all these stories. He worked for this big company, he worked for these people, and he is internationally recognized. I mean, he had people at the house from different countries all the time, and you know, it was just by that it was a measure of success. But he didn't want the next day to happen much, you know.
All right, well, hey, I've been talking to you for 15 minutes, but I've developed my own theory, and I want to test it out on you. What do you think about this? Because we've been talking about this with previous callers about the sacrifice that parents have to make to have children, and the sort of they got to work real fucking hard, extra hard to support a family. Do you think there's something there with, like, for your parents, the money was already there for them? They're not actively doing work for it, so it's kind of like you're stealing away from their wealth source rather than like they're working to provide for you.
Yes, absolutely. He actually kept a bill that he expected me to pay back.
Oh my God! As a child?
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
he was going to calculate
I had rent paid up. Yeah, as soon as I was old enough to work and pay rent, I had rent like paid up in advance, and eventually it was like just washed away because he's like, well, we're going back to like the diaper age of, you know, how much money we spent taking care of you, and
wow,
you know, that should really be paid back.
Wow.
But no. Like, to answer your question, really,
yeah,
that, you know, that factor plays into every parent. I mean, that's definitely a reality that, you know, it can be positive in some circumstances, you know, but in a lot of times it's not going to allow you to develop like you would in a resource kind of way, because you don't have the time, and you don't have other resources. So, you know, that limitation changes what can be developed and what you can experience developing of yourself. And I mean, that's every, you know, that's going to be something for every parent. And like I said, sometimes it's positive. Like sometimes you have an opportunity to develop as a parent, and that is a better opportunity than, you know, you might have otherwise had in your town or whatever. You know what I mean? So I think it just depends on your priorities too.
All right, well, dude, thank you so much for calling in. I'm gonna be taking a break.
Thank
here,
you. Yeah, I love your show. I love your content, man. It's killer. It's awesome. It's unique. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. It was great talking to you. Thanks for calling in.
Great talking to you.
Have a good day.
See ya.
Yeah. That was fucked up. What the fuck? I just want to complain about my dad. Why do people have actual hard childhoods? Ugh. They make my complaints sound stupid. I'm trying to complain here. Excuse me. I'm sorry your childhood was actually difficult. Mine was just hard for me. No, I had a good childhood. I had a great childhood. I loved being a child. I love life now. I love living. Everything is so wonderful. I don't have any problems. Nope. In fact, I forgot what I was going to say. Okay, let's take a break. Okay, all the music from this stream is from Woofoo Doofoo. Woofoo Doofoo, a YouTube channel and SoundCloud and shit. Go to the description of this video, click on the thing where it says music from Woofoo Doofoo, and then there's a link. It's a playlist. It's got all the songs from the stream in the playlist. Not in the same order. You're going to have to figure that out yourself. And I sort of fucked up how these things work. So, yeah, you don't have the song titles. Someone's asking the song. That one was You Are Walking on a Rainy Night in Japan. 1986. Work in progress. Okay. Okay. So now you know. Okay. Jesus. Just fucking click. Sorry. Just fucking click the link, though. Sorry, but just fucking click the link. Then you don't have to fucking ask me. That was really... Took so much time to say that. Okay, Woofoo Doofoo music. Hey, also the HUD from this stream is from Slouch. You know Slouch? Great animator fella. He's got a new animation out on his channel right now. If you click on the description of this video, click on the thing that says Slouch, you're going to find that guy. And you're going to watch that video and you're going to have a great time. Okay, we're back into the calls.
Call from
Taylor.
Taylor.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, you sound incredibly clear. You sound almost like a robot.
I'm calling from my computer, so that might be why.
Hell yeah. Internet lady.
Yeah, we don't get great cell coverage where I live, so I have to do this.
Where you at? Alaska? Antarctica?
No, I live near the mountains in Utah.
Oh, cool. You Mormon?
No, was.
Ah, nice. Former Mormon. Cool.
My family grew up Mormon.
Is your family Mormon still?
No.
Oh, they all left?
My parents left the church when I was like 10.
Oh, okay.
It was actually my dad's decision.
Oh, nice. Dude, relevant.
Relevant, yes.
What was it? What made them leave the church?
Oh, a lot of things. If my dad told the story, he's said this a lot of times. It's a lot of little things over time that like built up to him finally leaving. But the Mormon church teaches like you're not supposed to read certain kinds of literature. There's like forbidden literature. And
what?
one of my dad's friends gave him some of that forbidden quote unquote material.
Marvel comics.
My dad learned about the actual history of the Mormon church, and then that was like the final straw.
What kind of forbidden literature is it? Is it about the Mormon church?
It's just like factual historical information about the church and about Joseph Smith and all that.
Yeah. That would be a bit disheartening to learn.
Yeah. Well, and my mom wasn't really a believer, so when my dad was like, I think I want to leave the church, she was like super supportive. Like, hey, let's do it.
Oh, that's cool. I would love to leave the church.
She grew up in a Mormon family too, but she wasn't really. She never believed.
Whoa, okay, yeah. So did both your parents? Were they raised by Mormons also?
Yeah, and both of our outer families are still very Mormon, but they've been leaving the church a lot over the last decade. So I think it's just down to my grandparents now. I think we're the only Mormons left.
Whoa. Do you think this is
everyone else left the church?
Do you think this is like a movement? Is Mormonism dying?
I don't know if it's dying, but it's not growing as much anymore.
And it's
they've made a lot of stupid decisions too. But...
Like what?
I don't know how much news you read, but recently, just a few years ago, they said something about like, hey, if you're a child of like gay parents, leave your parents, leave your family.
That's not good advice.
You won't get into heaven if you have gay parents, something like that.
You have to be adopted. You could be adopted by a Mormon family.
It's like they've had a lot of issues with LGBT recently.
Do Mormons adopt?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
and that's a long topic. that could have a lot of discussion.
Well, let's just move right along then. All right, so you're in Utah. You're a former Mormon. Your dad prompted the leave to the church. So you this is good then, because I was thinking you're a former Mormon. sometimes that happens, like the kids leave, but the parents stay. But so this means maybe
Yeah.
you still have a relationship with your parents?
Oh yeah, yeah. We have a lot of birthdays in June. My mom's and my dad's and mine are all this month, so we've had a lot of
nice.
family time.
When's your birthday?
It was June 12th.
Oh, happy birthday last week.
Thanks.
Cool.
My dad's is like next week.
Happy birthday to him next week. Who else?
My mom's was the day before mine, June 11th. So
Hey.
it's all the same month.
You know what I'm going to say. All right. So that's cool. So you guys still hang? Are you in the same vicinity, or do you
Yeah. We all live within like a 5-10 minute drive of each other.
Oh, nice.
So we see each other a lot.
Is that good? Are you guys close?
For a while, I wasn't. There's been, ups and downs. But for the most part, we're really chill. We get along.
Tell us about the deepest down. Tell us about the
Ooh,
worst.
you've had a lot of downer
moment.
stories today. I gotta say,
Okay.
I've been listening it.
You could tell us about the uppest up if you want.
I'll tell you a downer first.
Okay, nice.
It's a good downer. I don't have a lot of them.
Yeah.
When
Do an upper.
So-
do an upper.
all right, we'll do an upper.
Let's take some
So when I was
uppers right now.
when I was young, my younger brother got bullied a lot
Yeah.
in school, like way too much.
By you.
By me a little bit. I'm the oldest sibling, so
Yeah.
that comes with the territory.
Right.
But at school, he was getting like physically bullied, verbally abused, all that.
Mm-hmm.
And to the point where at like 12 years old, he got depression.
Jeez.
And my parents didn't really know how to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
Except that my dad came to talk to him, and I was listening from my room. My dad was like, "Okay, next time he bullies you, you're gonna hit him until you draw blood.
Yes.
And I don't care if you get suspended. You are going to punch him into the ground until you draw blood, and then you stop. Okay, you're not gonna kill him."
That's great advice.
And I was shocked because we were raised not to hit each other at home. Like as
Right.
siblings, if we ever punched each other, my parents would get really upset. So this is the first time I ever heard my dad be like, "No, hit him."
It's different at home. You love each other.
Yes, I agree. It's different. But like as a kid, that logic isn't in there, right? It's
Yeah.
but that's against the rules. So yeah, like very shortly after, like the day after, or maybe a couple of days after, I heard the news that he got in a fight at school. Ironically, he was the only one bleeding, but he beat the other kid up worse. He got hit in the nose, so his nose was bleeding, but he didn't really get hurt.
Dude, I'm beaming with pride for your brother right now.
Yeah, so he got suspended. My dad took time off work and then took him on a huge trip for his entire suspension.
That's amazing.
Just him and my brother.
He was.
I had so much
celebrated
pride in my dad. I was like, he's
for
the
his
coolest dad.
violence. That's good. Sometimes that's what it takes. I mean, hey, it's the only thing these fucking bullies understand. Just gotta beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, it always depends, but I think that was the right call. Especially because it worked. But I still think he learned how to defend himself, and I think that was the time my dad got obsessed. He put us all in karate. I don't know
Nice.
why.
Get
I never
some-
used it.
Some self-defense.
Taekwondo. Sorry, I think it was Taekwondo.
At least he wasn't like, okay, this is what you do. You get an AR-15.
God, I hope not. Yeah, never.
I think those types probably aren't really having children to begin with, the school shooter types. But that's a great dadly advice. Is what's it seems like an unsolvable problem to a child, but it's like, well, you just didn't think about violence.
Well, it's, my dad, our parents grew up in a time in a generation in time much earlier than all of us, and it was different. Hitting each other, especially at school, happened way more frequently.
Well, it's surprising to me even that your brother was physically bullied, because I remember lots of verbal bullying in my high school, but I didn't really never like people were never getting like beat up really.
Oh, I got beat up too.
Really?
But like,
Is this
yeah,
Utah?
middle school is tough. Middle school is when kids get the most awful. I think like 11, 12
Is this a Utah
years
thing?
old. I think that's just a kid thing. Anytime I see an 11 or 12-year-old, they're monsters.
I mean, they are. They are.
I just think kids at a certain stage, like just pre-puberty, are huge monsters.
It's true. There's no denying it.
Not all of them, but for the most part. But yeah, I would have to struggle to find a negative story about my dad. I not bragging. I had a pretty good childhood. My dad made mistakes, but nothing like abuse. Nothing like he was abused by his dad.
He would drop the ice cream every once in a while.
He would get really stern about very specific and weird things, but that's just because of his upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was 16 years old, and he was like, "Hey, you and I are gonna go pick up some wood chips." And I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" "Yeah, get in the truck. We're gonna go pick up some wood chips." "What? All right." Get in the car. And that was an excuse for on the drive to actually go pick up wood chips. I guess he was doing something in the backyard. Give me like the birds and the bees talk.
Nice.
But I was like 16.
It was too late.
It was far too late to be giving me the sex talk. It was far too late.
What did it go like?
So
I've never heard the dad telling the daughter a birds and the bees talk. What do you remember?
So he was really awkward about it too. He was really quiet for most of the car ride, and then he's like, "So you know about condoms, right?" "Yes, Dad." Okay, good.
That was the start. That was the opening line.
Yeah, that's what I remember. That's
pretty good. You've heard about these things, right? They're crazy. You should maybe think about them though. Maybe
you should probably think about condoms. Yeah. Yeah, I think it just went something like about that awkwardly step by step, and I'm like, yes, I know. I learned all this like before I was 10 years old.
With the condom,
because kids talk, it's really funny. Adults don't realize kids talk at school. We all knew about sex by the time I was like 8.
Yeah. I remember I was I had an older brother. I have an older brother. He's like 7 years older than me. So I knew all the sex stuff when I was in elementary school. I was always talking about it in elementary school. Like I was the coolest kid in school because I knew all about penises and vaginas and condoms. It was crazy. I was so popular because of that.
For some reason, all the kids that were like popular knew about sex and would talk about it.
Exactly. It's like, well, yeah, we're so experienced. I'm having sex every day in 4th grade.
We draw boobs in our like yearbooks.
Nice.
Childish stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, and then other stuff too. He wouldn't let us watch like even when we were 13, like PG-13 stuff.
Oh yeah.
He was just really weird about like letting us watch mature content. We always snuck it anyway. We'd watch it at a friend's house or watch it in secret when he wasn't looking.
PG-13. So. PG-13 is pretty tame.
I know. It's not like we could barely watch The Simpsons.
Oh wow. It's on TV.
It was bad. Yeah, just regular TV.
So you wanted you to lead a little bit of a sheltered childhood, wanted to protect you?
I just think he was really weird about introducing us to mature subjects and content when we were kids.
Oh, that's nice.
He was just very conservative about it.
That's how I feel. I wish to this day you'd never seen any of that horrible content.
Well, yeah.
We don't need to see those horrible things. No, I remember when this is like a whole thing. I mean, I think this is pretty common. Like the dad, not for your family, but the dad being more into the mature content and the mom being more protective. I remember when I was like 6, we had this VHS of Jaws, and we all wanted to watch it because we just looked at the cover of Jaws and it was like this fucking huge shark. I was like, oh my God, like this movie has got to be the best thing ever. And my dad was like, yeah, we can watch it, but you're going to be a little bit scared. And he would like make us close our eyes during the most gruesome parts, but we'd all be peeking through our fingers, and then we would get horrible nightmares because it was way too scary. We watched Quint get eaten alive by Jaws the shark.
We watched all that kind of stuff at my cousin's house. They'd put on all the like, because their dad was like more of a buddy with his kids than, you know, like some dads are like actual parents and some dads are buddies with their kids. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yes,
like,
I do.
Like we're friends. We're not really father and children.
Yeah, it's a different relationship. Did it blow your mind?
He let them watch anything.
Did it blow your mind seeing the mature things then?
To blow my mind, it was probably just exciting. I think it's just exciting to like break the rules when you're a kid, especially a teenager.
Hell yeah. Well, you sound like a very well-adjusted adult. Sounds like...
Oh, I wish I was, but thank you.
I mean, I'm going based on 15 minutes of conversation, so I could be wrong. You sound like a normal person who's got a good head on their shoulders. You ever do any hard drugs?
Not once in my life. I've been tempted many times.
There you go.
Most I've done, and it was way late, like almost when I was 30 years old. I did weed like one time.
You did weed?
Yeah, like one time. Yeah, I did a weed.
What the fuck? You smoked a toke?
I believe I had an edible. I didn't even smoke.
Oh my God. Did you have a horrible experience or did you not feel anything at all?
No, so it's funny. Everyone else could tell I was stoned, at least from like their perspective. I just felt stupid. I didn't feel stoned.
That sounds about right, though. Some people just enjoy the stupid.
Yeah. It was a weird experience because my brain runs constantly. My thoughts are always churning, and then being on weed, it was like slow motion. Like I couldn't think straight, and so that was my like I feel stupid feeling.
I see.
My dad was there for it actually, and he was more stoned than I was.
Oh, whoa. Twist. What was this?
Oh, he had a
family's...
secret his whole life that I only learned about when I was an adult. He smoked cigarettes.
Wow, he kept it from
no, sorry, not cigarettes. He's a pipe smoker. Pipe chef.
What?
Yeah.
He smoked pipe tobacco in secret?
He hid it his whole life and I never knew. I couldn't even smell it.
That's a really funny just like image of like trying to secretly smoke a pipe away from the family.
He only ever did it at like work with other smokers. And it was like once in a while. It wasn't like every time.
A harmless pipe. Wow.
Yeah, really weird.
That is kind of weird.
I didn't learn about it until I was like 25. I was like, holy hell, you smoked pipe tobacco? I felt dumb for never noticing.
Your dad's got some edge. Some secret edge.
A little bit of edge. He's a goofy guy, despite how serious he is most of the time.
How old is he now?
Oh, he's in his 50s. He's probably like 54.
Oh, pretty young.
I'm like 33.
Oh, wow, yeah. So young. A young dad.
Yep. Yeah, really funny stories when he was... I don't know anyone else's experience with their dad when they were young, but my dad was not mature enough to handle children. When he was a young dad. Young dads are hilarious.
What happened?
He treated me more like a toy to play with than like a child when I was younger. He loved getting reactions out of me and stuff.
Oh yeah.
He just thought it was super funny to get me like giggling or to scare me or anything. Like whatever it was.
That does sound fun. I would do that. I'm older than your dad was when he had you, but I would still love to do that.
Oh yeah, most negative thing I can tell you. When I was a kid, he bought one of those. What are they like? he bought some toy spider that has like an air pump attached to it, and when you squeeze it, it would make the spider jump.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like 2 years old, and he loved to use that thing on me to scare me. So guess what I got? Arachnophobia.
Nice.
That's the most negative thing I could say about him.
That's nothing.
That's nothing.
We all got arachnophobia just from watching that movie Arachnophobia when we were too young.
Yeah.
You ever seen that movie?
Which movie? Sorry.
Arachnophobia. The movie.
No, I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, it's
well,
great.
and I don't think I would.
It's very. Watching it as an adult, it's like a comedy, but as a child, it's like the worst nightmare. Just spiders like taking over
Yeah.
a whole town. Oh my god. Yeah. No, but it is good. Hey, thanks for calling in. This is good talking to you. This is nice. Positive. Good dad.
Positive. For once. Hey, thanks for letting me call in. I appreciate your show. I've been subscribed since you were less than 10,000 subscribers. So.
Woo! Hell
Keep
yeah.
going.
That's good. That's real good. All right. Thank you for sticking around. All right. Have a good
Yeah.
day.
See ya.
They're good dads. I think, probably had more good dads than bad dads, but we're just, there was at
Call
least
from
one really.
Jack.
Oh, that's
To
me.
accept.
God damn. Hello?
Hey, how's it going, minute?
Yo, good. How are you?
I'm okay today.
Yeah. What's the plan for today? What are you doing today?
Well, I woke up this morning throwing up, hungover sick,
Oh.
and then I slept. And then once I got done sleeping, I went to the shooting range and
Ooh.
sighted in a rifle, and I've got to move the sights and shit because it's not where I want it, so I'm going to lose my zero all over again, but hey, fuck it. And I've actually been watching for weeks, and I was like, man, Minute hasn't done a show. And then I look, and I was like, of course, the day I'm not anticipating it, you're having a fucking show.
Hell yeah, dude.
So I'm not feeling real fucking good, but it's been a pretty good day so far.
We're gonna make you feel so fucking good right now. 'Cause you're on the fucking show, bro. No, that's good. So you were drinking last night?
Yeah.
I'm drinking right now.
Oh, yeah? What are you drinking, man?
Keystone Light.
Is that like your go-to, or is it just because it's cheap?
It's 'cause it's cheap. I was drinking...
what's your go-to? What would you prefer?
I don't know. I prefer what's cheap. I found another beer. I found a local beer that's the same price as Keystone Light, but I have to go to the grocery store, not my gas station, so I didn't get it. But it's called like Utica Club XX Pure, some sort of weird bullshit, but it's the same price and it's better.
It sounds like a dietary supplement.
It's a meal replacement at least.
Yeah, I guess it could technically then be a diet. Yeah, all right, cool.
It's got carbs. You can live off carbs. You don't have to eat. You can drink beer for food.
Is it one of those super heavy ones where like you drink 3 and you're like, Jesus Christ, I'm full?
It's not that. It is heavier than Keystone Light, but it's not heavy because I need to be able to drink at least 100 ounces of it without puking, which is it's a tough requirement sometimes.
How'd you come to that number? 100 ounces.
Well, 96 ounces is the real number because it's the 6-pack of 16-ounce cans.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
That's my go-to. That's the exact number, the exact weight of beer I want when I'm doing the call-in show.
Hell yeah.
But I drank them, a few days ago, and I didn't eat anything, and I puked up all the beer before I even ate. It was horrible. It was a horrible experience. You ever do that? You puke before you've eaten?
Oh, I probably have,
It's
but
not
nothing's
good.
really. I don't have like an event coming to mind.
Didn't happen
What happened
2 days ago? Oh, okay.
No. Well, what happened yesterday/today is I've been staying away from hard liquor. I need to stop probably drinking altogether, but just trying to do it like step by step. So I'm staying away from hard liquor.
Good step.
And So I then have started drinking Four Locos, and
Oh,
because
bad step in the wrong direction, bro.
And so I had a sour, what is it called? The sour Warhead, fucking
Yeah.
Four Loko. And then I
Not
had
bad, though.
3 Miller Lights.
Ugh.
And then I was like, okay, man, I need to probably hydrate and just get myself squared away. So that was like 2 o'clock in the morning last night. And so I drank 2 12-ounce Gatorades. Come in the room. Talking to my dog. And a BC powder as well for the headache to come. And now I just ended up throwing all that shit up 4 hours later.
Oh, man.
And it's funny because my wife was actually telling me, like, man, I've had so many things happen. So last week, I guess, I got food poisoning, like the worst food poisoning of my fucking life. Like, I had to go to the ER and get morphine. That's how fucking bad it was.
From a
Yeah.
place or from home cooking?
No, Chinese buffet in the town that I live in.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was, holy shit, man. It was some of the worst pain I've ever felt in my life.
Oof.
And my wife told me, she was like, you need to try to hydrate, but do not drink Gatorade because it is the worst thing to fucking throw up. And I found out this morning it is the worst thing to fucking throw up.
That's a good tip. I never heard that before.
Yeah, no, it is awful because it turns into like a syrup in your stomach, dude.
Oh my
god! Like it does not stay liquidy. It turns into fucking, like, I don't know how to do. Have you ever, like the syrup that like you put in Coke machines at like gas stations and shit like that? It turns into that.
Dude, you're making me ill. You're making me ill. I'm living this reality right now that you're telling me about. I don't want. Ugh.
Going on a ride in my morning. This is what I was doing at 6 a.m.
So, okay, all right, nice. Vomiting up some Gatorade reduction. And, and then you went to the shooting range, got it all out.
Yeah, and I live in South Texas, so it's like 100 degrees outside, and I was just like humping it down to the 200-yard range because I was confirming a 0, and I was like, why the fuck did I do this?
Dude, you want to hear something crazy?
What's that?
I've never shot a gun.
Wow, that actually is kind of crazy.
Right? Yeah, I seem like the guy who has a lot of guns and is like thinking about killing people a lot. That's not. It came out wrong.
That.
I came out
I
wrong.
wouldn't say that. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying. It seemed like a guy who's felt the power of a weapon, right?
So is it just because like you've never been around one, or you just didn't really have any interest?
Well, yeah. I mean, I would say first and foremost, like the cultural thing. There's I'm in upstate New York, like in a kind of rural area where people do have guns, but like I'm kind of in the suburban, on the cusp of rural, and so it's still New York State, even though it's like in the country, it's still New York State. They're all very anti-gun, so there's a lot of shit like that. But I don't trust myself. I feel like if I had a gun in my hands, I would just immediately go gun crazy, and I would just kill everybody.
Yeah,
How do
you
you
probably shouldn't shoot guns, man.
Well, how do you stop that urge? You never had that urge, and you have the power of God in your hands. Like all I have to do is press a button and say goodbye. What makes you say no? I don't want to do that.
Well, I've been arrested before and spent time in jail and have faced possible prison time. So I kind of know what comes after if you live, at least to a small degree. So that's a really, really big deterrent for me because it's like, I mean, like I said, I live in Texas, so it's like I literally have a gun with me all the time. So I could kill people at any time, but I generally don't do that. Sometimes I even forget I have guns with me, and I'm like, oh, yeah, fuck, I forgot.
I think that's like, I find that admirable. Like having a gun and not using it, that's more admirable than not having a gun and not using it.
Well, I feel like you're giving me a little bit of credit. I haven't been in a situation where, like,
I could full well just waste someone like justifiably and I didn't do it. It's more or less like, you know, I could just pull out my 38 and shoot out your rear tire on the highway and your car would probably go flipping under the fucking ravine, or we could just continue with our day. It's more shit like that. You know what I mean?
But do you
it's not like...
You ever think about it? Just brandishing the gun outside the window? Say, hey, you fucker! Look at this, you son of a bitch!
Yeah. But again, it's one of those things too where it's Texas, so I have to err on the side of everyone has a gun. Always think everyone has a gun. Don't think that if you show a gun, they're going to get scared and run away. Expect that as soon as you show the gun, you're going to start seeing their gun really quick. So it's one of those things where you got to be more on the side of strike first, strike hard. So it's like, I don't want them to see the gun. I just want to shoot out their tire and have them deal with the crash. That way I can just keep driving and nobody knows what's going to go on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's kind of a good version of society. It's kind of like the Old West.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Texas is... Any stereotype you've heard of Texas, dude, it's fucking true. I'm not from here originally. I'm from Michigan, so I've lived here the majority of my life, but I really don't feel and consider myself a Texan, like deep in my heart. And yeah, these are some real shit-kicking sons of bitches right here, man.
That's good though. Here you've you know, you feel like I feel like you've got your place among them. Do you think they respect you?
Definitely, yeah.
They respect your gun?
I've assimilated, that's for sure. I've got my guns, I've got my drinking problem. I'm one of them, whether I like it or not.
All right, well, dude, I don't even remember. How did we start this? How does this relate to fathers? Did we?
We just started talking.
All right, well, hey, we're talking about dads today.
All right. Well, my dad's dead. He died back in 2021. He died in 2021.
Okay.
So probably about 2 years ago, 3 years ago or so.
Pretty recent.
He ended up dying of COVID. He got the Delta variant. What had happened is my sister, she still lives up in Michigan, and my dad and my mom, when they retired, they moved to Florida, like all white people. And so my dad was a super big gearhead, always loved muscle cars and stuff like that. And so he made this plan where he's like, hey, let's take my 1973 Corvette all the way from Florida and let's you and me drive it all the way up to Michigan. It'll be like a cool father-son trip. And I was like, awesome. Yeah, let's do it, dude. It was super cool, but Jesus Christ, did it fucking suck. I don't know if you've ever been in like that type of a sports car. There's no way to like sit comfortably in it for hours and hours. You sit in like one specific direction with your legs facing one specific direction, and that's it. So it was arduous, but it was really cool to be able to share that with my dad, you know? And then after the wedding, I don't know if I mentioned that, it was my sister's wedding. Yeah. After the wedding, I just flew back home, and Dad was going to drive back down. Well, when he was driving back down, somewhere along the road, he caught COVID, and it chewed him to pieces, and he ended up scraping to death in hospice. We were all there, and it was a really it was like a really surreal thing too. Like I think about it sometimes. It doesn't like haunt me or bother me really that much anymore. Like if I think about it a lot, of course it will. But I literally sat there and watched my dad like suffer to death over the course of like a day and a half until I literally watched him draw his last choking breath, and then he died. So it was a really wild ass experience, you know what I mean? But if you think about it too, like it was really cool that he got to have like his whole family around him at the end, you know? He didn't just like die alone in the middle of the night like in some hospice bed, you know? So that was nice in a way, but it's also really fucking traumatic in a way. So
Sounds like incredibly sudden.
Yeah, it just happened. I mean, within 1 week,
Wow.
he got it and was dead.
Holy God.
Yeah. So, and he was also one of those guys that was anti-vax, like, oh, I don't believe in that COVID vaccine, and I don't even know anybody who's gotten it. And then, of course, ironically, it's the thing that punches his fucking ticket.
Right. Dude, I'm one of those guys. He just ruined my whole philosophy.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, I did feel and believe a lot of that too, like during the height of the pandemic. But I would say also, man, like since my dad died, I feel like I've also been able to like chill out a little bit more in my life and become a little bit more me. So my dad was really, really, really heavily religious. We've talked about it before, but I'm sure you don't remember. But I grew up evangelical, like, big into the King James version of the Bible and all this kind of shit and like miracles and all that kind of stuff. And he was really, really, really into it. We grew up really, really strict. And I know he was just doing the best that he could. Like, he found something that he believed was right and was good, and he tried his best. But it's also been like really liberating to be able to start having like different views and like let go of, like, I don't think I believe in God, and that's okay to not have to worry about like hurting my dad's feelings or something. I've told my mom about it, but it's different, like with the father of the family in a heavily Christian home kind of thing, And also I'm losing a lot of my right-wing ideas politically and gaining a few more left-wing ideas, which, as you can imagine, a hyper-Christian, who would guess that he's a hyper-conservative Republican? So it's nice to be able to have points of view like, I'm actually, I really don't care if somebody wants to have abortions. I think they should have the right to it. And then just like, it's okay to have that opinion. No one's going to judge you for it or anything like that, So right. I don't know. It's really, really weird because I heard a comedian talking about, I can't remember who the comedian was, but he was talking about this joke where it's so shitty to become a parent because you raised this person your whole life just for them to go to therapy in their 30s and blame you for everything.
Yes.
It's like, I kind of feel like I'm at that point in my life where it's like I'm at this stage now, like married on my own, own a house, everything like that. And it's like, man, why the fuck did you raise us like that? Why the fuck did you do that? Like, we weren't allowed to like watch Pokemon. We weren't allowed to play like first-person shooters. We weren't allowed. Well, it's not that we weren't allowed to watch like Bill Nye the Science Guy, but it was like anytime it would be on, my
Take
dad
it with
would
a
be
grain
like,
of salt.
Huh?
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, like this is all just propaganda of the evil one, like that kind of shit. And it's like,
your dad was
man.
right though. Bill Nye became so paused. He became a propaganda Come on, man. Let's shit on Bill Nye for a second.
Okay, I will absolutely say him as the dude, he seems like a really shitty fucking dude.
Modern Bill Nye sucks ass. I wish he just died and could have been like Mr. Rogers in our mind, but instead he's had this whole arc of like, now I work for the corporations and I will say whatever they want me to. I'm sorry. Okay, no, I'm derailing this conversation.
He has a like really weird ass, out of touch Netflix show too, right? I didn't watch it because I didn't really like give a fuck, but yeah, from what I remember people saying, they were like, what the fuck is this even about?
I just remember watching some videos, like one of those GQ videos where it's like celebrity answers tweets, and like people, some dudes are tweeting him like some earnest science questions, but they were like a little too based, and so he wouldn't in his response give like the earnest science answer. He was just like, well, you're obviously like an idiot who thinks this, and this is obviously real because science said so. It's just like he's abandoned the whole like explaining things in a nice, digestible
Yeah.
way, and now it's like, I'm gonna dunk on the haters.
Jesus Christ. Is it like political based things like is there really only two genders? Is it like those kind of questions or what? Do you recall?
It had to do with like, I don't know, like evolution or like the Big Bang Theory or something, like stuff where it's like there's a lot of science on it, but also, we don't know all the answers. But Bill Nye does. Bill Nye knows everything. He's a fucking mechanical engineer. He's a genius.
I will say though, dude, I don't find Bill Nye as insufferable as Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like Neil deGrasse Tyson makes me want to just like chew glass shards. I cannot fucking stand that guy.
Because he really comes from a place of like institutional knowledge of like he's the scientist.
Yeah.
He's the celebrity scientist.
And just watching him, you can tell he's so excited to hear what he's going to say next.
He's got it all planned out. He's rehearsed it in front of the mirror.
And just the pompous, pious way he says things too. Like, I remember seeing this video where he was explaining the tides. And he was explaining the tides to like, I presume the guy was in like his mid-20s or so. I realize not everybody knows everything about the seas. But I think most people understand that the tides work off of the moon and the sun. I remember being taught that in like middle school or whatever.
I've heard that.
But the way he explains it, he goes, well, what I'm about to say to you is probably going to blow your mind. And it's like, fuck you. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking idiot.
Tell me, Neil.
Like,
blow my mind.
Yeah. No, it's just gonna blow my mind. The fact that I'm
what
not
I'm
a
going to
sailor, and it
say
means fuck all to me.
It's probably gonna
God
make
damn.
you make a soy jack face like you've never made before.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I cannot stand Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's a little fuckhole.
All right, well, hey, we're getting off topic a little bit, but hey, thank you for calling in, dude. It's great to hear from you.
Yeah, no problem. It's always good talking to you, man. You have a good weekend, man.
All right, man. Have a great day. Bye.
All right, bye.
Okay, nice. Let's take a break. Let's take a little break. We'll come back. We'll do like one, maybe two more segments. I have one more beer, so probably one more segment. Okay. Okie dokie. This is the last segment. Wait, stop, please. Okie dokie. Yeah, we're talking about dads. Oh my god. I got the burps. 1 second. Okay. Dads, fathers. It's another word. Paternal figures.
Call from.
Jerry Vale, the guy who sings Spanish Eyes, like this song.
To accept, press.
Hello?
Yo, what's up?
Yo, how's it going, bro?
Going all right.
We're talking about dads, daddies, fathers, not daddies, not that one. Fathers and dads. What do you have to say? I can.
I really had mine.
Huh? What?
About as much I have to say.
I missed it. What?
I said I really wish I had mine.
Oh no! What happened?
Oh, he died before I was born.
Before you were born?
Yeah.
How's that work?
Lung cancer and a brain tumor.
But he
was a graffiti artist up in Seattle.
Whoa.
And got too many spray paint fumes.
Really?
So, yeah.
But not too many to inseminate your mom, eh?
Yeah, he was on chemo and got me within 2 weeks apparently. So.
Wait.
What?
What? Wait. Are you saying you were a chemo baby?
Yeah, I'm a chemo baby.
Dude, that's pretty cool. That's pretty strong.
I know. I got the power of radiation imbued into me, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's like how, I don't know, like 70% of superheroes are begat.
I like to think I'm a superhero.
Yeah, what are your powers?
My powers are breaking into cars at night, stealing shit out of the glove boxes, mixing kratom powder with Old English 42 ounces.
No. You sound like a super villain.
No, I'm a bit of both. I'm kind of like a Robin Hood figure.
Oh yeah. Who do you give the contents of glove compartments to?
Oh, I give them to the homeless.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, I think they need it, so I give it to them. I got a whole gang of homeless people now backing me up, so.
Oh, you were doing it to ingratiate yourself with the homeless and make them your.
No.
Oh,
that
no.
was a unintended side effect. Now I just got I got shooters on the block, you know.
Hell yeah! So you're protected.
Yeah, I'm protected. So they don't ask me for money because I already give it to them.
Yeah. The more you describe this, the more it does sound like a villainous gang leader.
Don't call me a villain. I'm not a villain.
I say villainous. That maybe I mean it in a cool way.
Oh, okay.
You know, like this shit's mad villain. Nobody says that at this point, but I think it could be a thing. Like,
yeah. Okay. Now I know what you're talking about.
You sort of
All
get
right.
it. Okay, good. Well, that's cool. So, what do you think? What's your view of your dad?
Kind of like my hero. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, I would look through his sketchbooks and shit, and I'd be like super inspired, and that's what got me to draw.
Okay,
So,
yeah. So he was a street artist. So he was also a art artist, like drawing in things. What was his?
So like,
what's his style? What did he do?
He did a lot of like word art shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
He had his own little crew, and they would go around spray painting shit. Now they're just all kind of like spread out. They're not really in Seattle anymore. Most of them are in like the Midwest and shit.
Oh, this is Seattle.
Yeah.
The seediest corner of the United States.
I haven't been to Seattle though. That's the weird thing.
Oh, where are you?
Oh, I'm on the fucking East Coast now. I never even went to Seattle. My dad's from Seattle and shit.
Oh.
But he moved out into the Midwest, and then we moved out to the East Coast.
You been on the East Coast your whole life?
No, I just moved out here recently.
From the Midwest? What do you think? What's vibe difference? Better? Worse? Rank
Kinda
'em.
worse.
Worse?
I prefer the Midwest. It's a lot more simpler out there. You go to all like the 4 seasons pretty evenly, you know.
Okay, it's simpler in terms of weather.
Weather and people. Like people aren't like your coworker isn't gonna get sent to like the fucking like loony bin because he's like a schizo or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little more even keeled.
Yeah, everybody's a lot more of like level on their fucking 2 feet. You know what I'm saying?
In the Midwest.
Everybody, their shit kind of like squared off.
What could possibly be the reason for that? Do you have a theory?
Probably the corn.
Keeping everyone level-headed.
Yeah, corn and the Mississippi River.
Because her constant flow.
Yeah.
Keeps you centered.
Yeah.
Whereas the turbulent Atlantic Ocean.
It's scary out there. I go to the beach. It freaks me out.
When was the first time you went to the beach? How old were you?
Oh man, I was like 6 or 7, and we went to Florida. I went to the beach and I got a rash all over my entire body because the water was nasty.
Oh.
And it ruined the entire trip.
Yeah.
I had to sit in like a bathtub for like a day, trying to like let it go away, you know?
Recuperating.
So fucking.
Well, that sounds
Must have been
horrible.
like a oil spill or some shit that happened nearby.
All right, well that's an atypical beach experience.
Yeah.
All right, well anyway.
Sometime I was at the beach and there was a whale and it told me that I had to break into cars and give all the contents to homeless people, and that's kind of what set me on the path of becoming a hero.
Oh, it was a whale. Because
It was a whale.
they communicate.
They do. Have you ever watched that Star Trek movie with the whale?
I have not. I know of it, but I have not seen it.
They saved the Earth by time traveling and getting 2 whales to talk to the giant monster that's about to blow up the planet. And that was a big inspiration to me when I was a child. So
I did not know that was the actual plot. I knew it had something to do with whales. I didn't realize that it was that the whales were better at
What is that?
communicating with.
Where's that fucking Wildlife Foundation with the panda as the logo? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, the WWF,
Yeah, that.
the World Wildlife
Yeah.
Foundation.
They call me to save the whales. So sometimes I go out into the Pacific and I do raiding parties on Japanese ships.
It was this chain reaction. It's like they called you to save the whales, and the whales called you to save the homeless
and
by breaking into people's cars.
Yeah.
So it's really, I mean, there's a few degrees of separation here. It's not your mission. You've been assigned this mission by a few parties.
It's my destiny.
Is it going well? Is it working?
It's going well. I mean, my hand's covered in cuts and scars from like punching car windows, but
Don't you wrap your hand in a
no,
dirty
I
rag?
I go full force into it. And sometimes I
man.
use my head too. I'll grab both door handles if it's like a sedan, and I'll slam my head over and over again against the glass stuff until it pops. So.
Ouch.
Not
Dude.
really. I got a thick skull.
Oh, good. Well, hey.
Yeah.
Then you're living your purpose. That sounds it sounds important. It sounds like something that not everyone is cut out for, but you heeded the call.
Yeah, it's my secret identity, but now I kind of revealed it to you.
Well, that's all right. We only know you're on the East Coast.
That one.
We're not gonna narrow you down. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay.
But what's in it for you?
What's in it for me?
Yeah.
Like being a hero?
Yeah.
Just knowing that, like, when I'm at Walmart and somebody bumps my cart, I have the power to grab them, lift them above my head, and then, like, slam their head into the ground with all my tard rage. And I can just do that and get away with it and run out of the Walmart. And then I can blend into the crowd of homeless people that gather outside. So, like, because anytime I go grocery shopping, right?
Yeah.
By the time I leave, they know I'm there. There's a whole crowd of them. They're cheering. They want to give me, like, they want to give me food. They want to give me bread, even though they're not eating themselves. They're giving me food, you know?
Wow.
There's, like, a whole ceremony. There's even a dude who plays an accordion for me. And they come out and they say that I'm the hero. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. And on my way to go put my groceries in the car, I'm busting in windows. I'm taking shit out. I'm giving them everything they need. Sometimes I find guns in the car. I get them the guns.
Oh, nice.
One time I told them, I was like, listen, people, we have to go to the gun store. So we went, and we ate the gun store clerk.
Ate?
Yeah, we ate him.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. When you're doing these things, when you're sort of kind of like an Atlas type figure, you're shouldering the burden, the world of the homeless on your back every day. You ever think like, hey, you fucking homeless people, you've got heads, you've got skulls, you've got fists. Why don't you just break into this fucking car so I could just maybe take the day off for a change?
I need them to stand in front of me for when the cops come. That's the thing.
Oh, I see. They're kind of a buffer.
Yeah, they're a buffer. They hold me up on a like those old-fashioned milk cans, the big ones. I sit on that, and they lift that above their heads. I'm sitting all above them. And when the cops come, they're intimidated by the crowd of homeless people. One time they tried to bring in the National Guard. That didn't work out too well for them. We ate the National Guard.
Dude, no way. No way.
Yeah, we ate them.
I believe it.
Have you ever used oregano on humans?
No.
It's good.
Bro, this sounds, you know what? This sounds like a tall tale. I was on board. You're trying to tell me that our U.S. National Guard are good old boys in green and white?
It's embarrassing. They got their asses fucked up by like 50 homeless people with sticks and guns. Only one of them had a working gun. The other one was broken. It was mostly for show.
So you're telling me the government is just covering this up just to save face?
Yeah.
Where was
when things get a little bit rough and they start sending out helicopters to look for us, we go into the sticks and we live out there like
sovereign citizens.
From like I just watched Come and See last night, so like that's kind of what we do.
You watched what?
I watched Come and See last night.
What is that? It sounds familiar. What is that?
It's a good movie. You should watch it.
Okay. It's about this sort of situation?
Yeah, it's basically about the homeless people rising up, you know.
All right, so cool then. So you're basically the king?
Huh?
So you feel like if you had a desire to do something, you could mobilize the homeless and make it happen?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, well, dude, hell yeah, it's good to know. I mean, I would love to mobilize your homeless for some sort of event. at some point. I don't have a specific idea right now, but if you'd be open to it, I'd love to mobilize the homeless.
Well, shoot Slugger, you know. Let me hear it.
Man, that's what I say. I don't really know yet, but I feel like, there's gonna come a time where
Well, you got my number.
Okay,
got my
yeah.
number.
I'll think of something when I next get into big trouble. I'll be calling you, and I'll be we'll eat somebody. Well, I'll just I don't want to eat. I want to watch, but I want you guys.
You can watch. You don't have to. Eating makes you part of the inner circle.
Yeah, I think I want to be.
Get in the circle. That's where you get like the DMT. That's where we start doing the DMT together.
Shit.
Like
Can I be on the metal milk jug without being in the inner circle, or are those things tied?
No, the metal milk's fine.
All right, well, it sounds like a lot of fun, but I don't know if I'm willing to go that far. I think I want to live vicariously through you.
But what? Okay, well, if I told them that you're the Minute Hour, YouTube.com/the Minute Hour,
which they're gonna.
They might put dog. I might show them one of your albums, and they'll give them a good chuckle. I know it will. I'll play Haunted Darkness for them. They'll love that.
Yeah, that's pretty homeless friendly.
Yeah, it is.
All right, well, dude, hey, thank you for giving me the in with your homeless gang of ruffians. Oh God, I don't know what the. It's good talking to you. I'm just gonna say goodbye now, but thanks for calling in. Oh, that was just crazy. There's no way. There's simply no way that man has a gang of homeless rapscallions eating small business owners. Come on. No way. But if it's true, I'd like to be a part of that. Okay, I got someone else.
Call from
Max Frey.
Hello.
Hello.
Is this Max?
Yes.
How's it going, Max?
Is this the Minute?
It's me, the man.
Ah!
Whoa.
Oh shit. This is first time. Sorry, I'm kind of nervous.
Just kidding, bro.
But,
This is a soundboard. It's me, the Minute. Nice. That's a nice grill. I forgot the lines. Never mind. All right. What's up, dude?
I don't know. It's a hot topic, I guess. Dads.
Yeah, we've had a decent variety of fathers on this stream so far. What do you have? What's your dad situation like?
Non-existent at the moment. Guess it has been for a while.
Yeah.
But
Since
as far as I
when?
remember, my father was pretty tough.
Mm-hmm.
He'd always, he'd tell me to hide in the back of the car, and he'd pick fights with strangers, usually over petty shit.
Mhm.
And he liked to drink.
Mhm.
He had a shirt when he'd pick me up from a karate class that he forced me into, and it said, "Shut up and drink your beer." But long story short, he killed himself when I was like 12 or some shit.
Oh no.
And then, I guess, for whatever reason, growing up, people, whether it be the school or my mom, would try to force a male kind of influence on me, and I never really got that. You know what I mean?
They're
Kinda.
trying to get the replacement dad figure.
Yeah, none of that. So I'm just stuck with daddy issues, I guess, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I don't know. I remember I think it's unfair because in my life, whenever I meet an older guy, you know? He's like, how about I just put you under my wing, you know? I was looking for that, but, you know, it always comes at a cost, you know? There's something up with those people.
What's the
You know what I
cost?
mean?
What's the cost? They want something? They want you to be their rent boy?
Yeah, something like that, you know? You know, easy target, right? You know, I remember I was kicked out of the house too when I was a bit younger, and I lived with these Greek people, and holy
Greeks.
fuck.
Oh no.
Yeah, no.
Bad
Yeah, I
news.
mean like, Opa! So anyways, I work at this restaurant, you know, getting paid fuck all,
Mm.
and you know, I'd always like they break the fucking plates in the restaurant every fucking Saturday night when they got the belly dancer. You know, it's ethnic, it's Greek, it's everybody's having a good time.
Whoa.
Yes. So
That's Greeker than I've
you know,
ever heard.
Yeah. So I'd be like going by the bar, you know, minding my own business and just fucking sweeping up the plates and stealing liquor.
Nice.
When I could, but there was this man. I remember it was a late night, and there was this man, and he's just like he's a regular fucking drunk, you know. I'd have to talk to the customers. I wasn't allowed to leave because like I was supposed to, you know, customer service or some bullshit like that.
Right.
And he's telling me about his fucked up life. He was like an ex-cop, and like I don't know, he's going through a divorce. And he's just like, you know, this is around the time I was getting kicked out because I told the ministry at the time that I was getting beaten because I fucking was. You know, because it's old school Greek philosophy, right? You know, you gotta, you know, punish your children or some shit. I don't know, even though I wasn't blood related.
Yeah, I only know ancient Greek. Did you get wrestled and nude for the Olympics?
Dude, no. Sometimes I remember this one time I came home really late, right? And you know, I don't know who this man really was. All I know is that the reasoning why I lived with this family was because my grandfather on my mom's side was a German chef who worked at one of his restaurants back in the day, and then he died really young. So then my mom and my uncle lived with them because they're, you know, godparents, right?
Yeah.
So when my mom fucking kicked me out, I ended up living with them, right? But anyway, so like I come home like way too late, you know, and I remember I was coming down off MDMA, and like, where the fuck have you been? I'm like, you know, and then he's just drinking wine like a maniac in his underwear on the couch, and I remember he's strangling me. He's like, rah, 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 rah.
Oh no.
You know, fuck. I mean, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger, I guess, right? Is that the Greek philosophers? No, that's Friedrich Nietzsche. But yeah, I don't know. It was whack. But yeah, like this cop though, I remember this cop. He's just like, I have a gun, and I have one bullet in the chamber, and you know what? I just need family, and like I'll put you under my wing and all this shit. And I remember I was like, fuck this shit. I started walking out of the restaurant, and he chased me. And yeah, that was terrifying. So I don't know, but I think, yeah, I don't know what I think. I feel like all dads are kind of fucked up, you know, arguably.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm biased.
Why do you think that? What's your theory?
Actually, that's not true.
Oh.
I haven't experienced it myself. You know what I mean?
Non-fucked up dad?
Yeah, like
we've had
my
father
uncle,
figures.
Yeah, father figures maybe. I don't know. It's like I don't know. Like my uncle, he just had a kid. You know, it was like my cousin. He moved to Berlin and met some Danish woman and had a kid and whatnot. And he's loving being a dad, and he's a good dad, and it's really good to see. But he's also like pushing 50, so it's like, how long are you going to be? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
do
don't
you
know.
think that's
Hard to say.
that kind of seems like a big part of it to me is how old you are when you have kids?
Totally.
My parents were
I
like
almost had a kid.
22 when they had my older brother.
Oh shit.
I was 22 8 years ago. If I had a kid 8 years ago, I would have fucked that kid up.
I know, right? Like shit.
Even if I had a kid
Oh
now,
my god.
I would still. I mean, I would try, but I mean, it's that kid would not be okay. Wouldn't be a normal kid, that's for sure.
Yeah, totally. I don't know. I'm not like against like for other people if they want to have kids that's cool, but like for me I just feel like I don't know, like I'm like borderline like anti-natalist. Like I just don't really see the point of bringing another life into this world. It's kind of fucked up. I mean, like slowly burning every day. I don't know.
You're
you
the
know.
first person who's on the show who confesses to the anti-natalist viewpoint. So now you've got to go into
Yeah,
it, bro.
but you know, it's not like I'm gonna like push it on somebody.
But
Oh,
you
shit.
have to now. You brought it up.
Oh no.
You are the defender.
Well,
is it just you don't want to have a kid personally?
yeah. But I do believe with that state, like, you know, it's just like if we all just stopped breeding, like the world would be a better place, or I don't fucking know. Or it wouldn't. What the fuck do I know? You know what I mean?
I mean, you know what I think would happen? I
What?
think we have to have kids to spite the rich. Because the rich don't want to have kids because they're you know they already got the great life and everything, like you know, but they're gonna live forever. Like they're gonna the elite, they're gonna figure out how to be immortal so that they can live forever and rule over everybody for all time. Whereas we got to have kids so that they can kill those people someday.
And work.
No,
Right?
no,
I mean, that's,
just
that's
kill.
Why, that's
Just
why,
kill.
That's why people used to have kids so they can get fucking free labor, right?
No,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I want kids to for murder at a later date.
To avenge you?
No, yes. That's exactly what it is. Avenge me, child. I was too cowardly to bomb the White House, but you can do it.
Oh.
No, I don't.
And like you'll raise this child to like become a terrorist? Or
Yes.
is that your plan?
Yes.
Okay.
No. I mean,
How are you going to afford that though?
I know, it's like you really had to pour all those resources into training and bombs. It's too much.
You got what's that? The Chat GP or I don't know.
Oh yeah. What about
This
it?
is also I don't know.
That can be my kid's dad. They can just chat. Do you think that could be a thing in the future, like a chat dad?
Most likely.
AI
Fuck,
dad?
Yeah.
AI father figure?
Totally.
They aren't going to want anything from you. They don't want to have sex with you secretly or shoot you with their last bullet of their gun, whatever the hell that guy was talking about.
I mean, like, I feel like, you know, back in the day when people would just put their kids in front of, like, a TV, you know, that was absurd, right? But now, like, maybe in the future, it's just like, okay, I'm leaving, I'm going to work, just sit in front of ChatGPT, talk to it. You know what I mean?
Ask it whatever you want. Learn about the secrets
Yeah.
of the universe. Ask it about all the porn you could ever think of. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't have much to say. Thanks for taking my call. I think my favorite, you know that How to Change Your Life?
Oh yeah.
That's got to be my favorite fucking. Well, not my favorite. I can't really choose a favorite, but That really bangs. I remember I left a comment and then I fucking erased it because I was like, oh, I'm 6 months sober now, you know. But like, really, it did change my life. I was literally a piece of shit, you know, eating balls of mozzarella and watching people die on a mattress on the floor, you know. And now I live in my brother's basement. I'm moving on up. It goes down, but you know,
yeah.
fuck.
Some things never change. Hey, well, thank you, man. That's really nice of you to say. Hey, thank you for calling in. This is a weird one. I don't feel like we got to the bottom of the issue, but I don't know where the bottom is.
Sorry, did I just dump a bunch of trauma or some shit?
No. I wanna figure out like what is the point of kids? What's the fucking point? You raised that question. I didn't have an answer. My answer was that the point of kids is to destroy the United States. Say again?
You know? It's like an extension of yourself.
Mm-hmm. In
a
good way?
I feel like most people that have kids, like, they had a shitty fucking upbringing, and then they're like, well, I want someone to care for me.
Oh,
you know?
I can craft a better upbringing for someone else.
Like a minute, yeah, and then you're bound to fuck that up anyways, you know, and then it's like clockwork, and it's just generational.
Definitely.
Or it's not. I don't know. Maybe there's people that just live happy, successful life, no turbulence.
Were you listening earlier? I think the solution is joining the Mormon church. That one lady who had Mormon family, she seemed incredibly well adjusted.
Holy shit.
Dude, that's the solution. Mormonism.
So like the Mormons, they have like multiple wives and whatnot.
Well, I mean, what I learned from this person is that you gotta start Mormon, but then you gotta also learn to abandon Mormonism. It takes both. Takes both. You can't just be Mormon. Oh, that's probably good too, but they never call in.
Oh, I wonder why.
Yeah, well, hopefully someday we can make that a topic someday. Only Amish callers, and it can be a 1-minute stream.
Yeah. I feel like it's like, I don't know. I know nothing about Mormonism, but like is that like multiple wives and stuff? And they live in
I think that's a specific sect of Mormonism.
Okay, because there was this show and it had this guy with like ramen noodle hair and like he was like the whole show was just him arguing with his wife.
What was that called? It was like,
and they were fucking miserable. I don't know. Apparently they all got divorced.
I remember that though. It was like a reality show of the multiple Mormon family. I don't know. Well, different strokes for different folks. It's everyone's obviously having a great time.
Fair enough.
With life. All right, hey dude, thanks for calling in.
Okay, God bless.
God bless. Have a great day. Oh. Okay. All right, that was 3 hours. That's probably good. It's probably good enough, right? We'll do another call-in show at some point. Some point. When? Whatever. I don't know. The music from the stream has all been from Woofoo Doofoo. Click on the video description. Click on the playlist that's right next to the name, Woofoo Doofoo, and you'll find all the music that you found on this stream. Listen to it on his channel. You'll put little likes on his videos and subscribe so that he knows that this was not all a waste or an exploitative thing. This was actually a good thing that I did, playing his music. You got to prove that to Woofoo Doofoo. The HUD from the stream is from Slouch. Like I said, also Slouch, great talented animator. His channel is also linked in the description of this video, and he's got a new animation out. A brand new 12-minute animation. Wonderful animation. Lots of great design and voice acting. I wasn't in it, but that's fine. I'm not upset that I wasn't in it. I'm not. There are great voice actors in it. Slouch is great. Woofoo Doofoo is great. This has been the Colin Show. We talked about fathers, sort of, among other things. We'll be back in I don't know, a couple weeks. We'll be talking more about chunk stuff next time because I got a real big, tasty chunk announcement, but I don't want to make it yet because it's not totally set in stone. But we will get there very soon. Next call-in show. All right. Thank you for listening. We're gonna play these last 2 songs here, and then we will say goodbye. Have a good Sunday.